The Weekend Breakfast Show, 7am till 10am, Saturday and Sunday, with DJ Foz on Dorset's Riviera Radio.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And it's live.
This is Leicester Till I Die TV. Watch and subscribe on YouTube and listen on your podcast platform.
What the fuck is going on? We are relegated, we are down, and yet he's still picking fucking Winks. He's still got a lone player in there. I thought no manager could be as fucking stupid as Ruud van Nistelrooy. And I'm sorry, here we have Gary Rowett. Stand forward, you fucking wanker. What is the point? What is the point? Mukassa's leaving at the end of the fucking season. 2 games, he's gone. Why are we playing him? You put Chowdhury in there, who can't walk past fans without having an argument with them. You got Winks, who tells us fans to fuck off when he can fuck off. You've stuck the Covereed on the wing again. The only good thing about this team is the fact that you've got Sutar back, and at least we can see if he's still alive. But you've got Daka up front. I know it doesn't matter whether we score any goals anymore, but where's the youngsters? Where's the fucking youngsters? You know, we've got Ramsey on the bench. Why? You know, we've got James on the bench, and I've got to say, as much as I love him, why? Yes, we've got Aluko on the bench. Yes, we've got Monga on the bench. Yes, we've got Page on the bench. 3 players out of 22-odd players that we could possibly need next season. What the fuck is this arsehole of a wanker doing at this club? 2 seasons to go, kick him out now we're down, and just stick Kingy in for 2 days. He couldn't do any fucking worse. Good evening, Clibbo. How you doing? You on mute, mate.
Sorry, I was just pointing out that I feel like I've got things off my chest through the medium of you.
Have I said anything wrong there?
No, but as you were saying it, what I was trying to do was make a case just to be, well, to play devil's advocate, really.
Yeah.
I think we definitely can't be playing Ricardo in this game, because physically he's just going to get bullied, and he's shown time and time again this season that he's probably, I would say, he's our worst right back at the club. So I don't want to see him, and I don't want to see him play again. Hamza redeemed himself a little by going and speaking to the fans, where not many other players did. So I'm trying to find a case for that. Maybe you could argue. Suter, I'm glad he's in. Yeah. The only problem I see, I mean, physically, those two are, you know, him and Vestergaard are very physical, which is going to be needed. It's just the lack of pace. So I'm hoping that they don't step too far forward, or at least Suter needs to be able to cover. Thomas, speak for yourself. Winks, can't make any case for that. I have absolutely no understanding of that at all. So no, I can't make a case for that. Skip, yeah, I think he should come back in. Although they're not notorious partnership, really, are they? You know, they're getting each other's way, I think. Fatu, he was always going to get picked, wasn't he? I mean, he's the player that seems to be undroppable for me. If we're going to sell him, I would just not risk injuring him. And I would put somebody else on there. Mikasa. The first time I heard Kate speak about him, I thought she was being a bit harsh. But then what I like to do is kind of go back and have a look. And I have to say, I don't agree with some things that Kate says, but on this occasion, if you're listening, Kate, I hold my hands up. You're absolutely right. He's a lazy git. He's been played in a very protected environment where he's allowed to do trickery and bits and bobs like that. That's not the signing we needed. So no, I don't think he's going to be the one for this game. He's going to have to dig in, and that's not his game. Reed, I thought he played all right. I thought he got a couple of decent crosses in, but that's not really inspiring for me. And then you've got Daka. For me, just a waste of time. I mean, yes, he presses. Yes, he puts pressure on. But if you're not at this stage of the season, if you're not doing anything with it, for me, you've got 2 games to sort of give something to the fans. And I think the fans would have took to somebody else, anybody else.
This is a home game. It's the last home game of the season. Don't be sort of giving us anything next week because we're not going to be here. You know, we're at home. And I want to come on to a comment in a second, but let me just see if I can find it. Ronald says our youngsters don't deserve to play in what should be a toxic atmosphere tonight. I played them at Blackburn. I mean, what is this? They're not in fucking nappies, Ronald. They're not 6 months old, 2 years old, 4 years old. They're 18, 19, 20. If they can't handle a toxic atmosphere, then they can fuck off out of my club. Because they're going to come across that a hell of a lot in their football career.
Yeah, this is what I mean. They're wrapped in cotton wool, aren't they?
Yeah, when Rooney broke through when he was 18, I don't remember him being dropped for the Merseyside derby at Anfield because, it might be a little bit toxic. We don't want to get them upset, do we? I'm sorry, Ronald, I respect your decision, but fuck off with this. You can't play the youngsters. It's been proved you can, and if we know... I'm sorry, I just don't fucking get it.
We've got to play them next season.
Are we worried that the moms might invade the pitch? If somebody goes, that was a bad pass, the moms will run on the pitch, cuddle them and breastfeed them to calm them down. Is that what we're worried about?
Now, I think this is a great opportunity to blood some youngsters at a time where I don't really see much. I don't really see much hope of a win tonight, if I'm honest with you. So either whatever team you put out, I think we'll be up against it. But you've got to give something to the fans. They've been through an awful lot this season, and I think next season we're going to be needing to use some of these youngsters in potentially, volatile grounds. If we don't get off to a good start, things will be volatile. They'll need to be used to that.
Yeah, exactly. I
don't buy into this.
No, I'm not into this. Like, let's protect them at all costs. Like I said many, many times, if Rooney had played for Leicester, he wouldn't be in our first team squad now because the fans would be going, we don't want to play him. He's 45, but he's too young. Anyway, let's say hello to a few people. I'm going to say hello to Ronald because he was the first one in. Gray says, get brain dead, Rowett gone now. I called it no youngsters picked again. Oh, my fucking God. Oh, my fucking God. Good evening, guys. As another game, pretty much the same old crap on the pitch. We are relegated, so why not play the kids? Rowett digressing our youth players. Craig's in, good evening. As I was just telling you, you were muted. I think Chris is a little bit peeved. And the rest, mate, and the rest. Nate Singh, good evening, Nate. How are you doing? Ronald's comment there, what we've just read out. I would say good evening, except League One relegation isn't good. But never mind. Hope you're enjoying the warm weather at least. Nice distraction. At this rate, we're finished. I think we're finished anyway, mate. I don't even want Hamza staying next season. He has been crap, just like the rest of them. Honestly, if you're going to make him vice captain, he should act like one, not like a petulant little school kid. I didn't know Suter. Well, this is it. I didn't know Suter was still at the club. It's a good point, that. LCFC Kian, I'm annoyed as you, Chris, about the lineup. Within 21s are playing in some youth cup right now, so that's probably why. What's more important? If that's true, okay. But what is more important? And I think giving these kids, because I'm sorry, they might have 4 or 5 pre-season games. They're as much fucking use as me trying to wank off to one man and his dog when there's porn on the other side. Do you know what I mean? You just, what's more important? Getting these kids ready for the first team. That's what is important. As that midfield tour as weak as hell. As a lazy git, he fits in well with our squad and their crap running stats. Under Pep's instructions, no doubt. But what's he going to do if we don't play him? Recall him? Okay, then. Recall him, Pep. Sooner Pep fucks off back to Spain, the better. Daka couldn't press a shirt. Daka couldn't score in the old proverbial. Gray's the thank you, Gray. It's the reality of life, not just football. It is, and I've said this. Look, you're sort of a generation like me here, Clibbo. I'd hate the 16 and 17-year-olds to be called up to the army to fight a war like they were in the Second World War, because they'd all be under the table hiding and crying, wouldn't they? Andreas, hi all. Yet we want to see the younger talent. Reese is in, who hasn't gone to the game, interestingly. He's decided not to go, hasn't he?
Yeah. Well, I don't blame him. I mean, I can see, he's quite an emotional fella, and I could see him coming out of there blowing a gasket. So it's probably best for his mental state to at least be in his own home, swearing and cussing.
Mavadidi, as the Mavadidi's on the bench along with Monga. Disgraceful shit to manager. That confirms to me the club doesn't want these young talents getting injured because we're selling them all. I think we're going to be selling them all. But yes, we'll keep Hamza Chowdhury because he was an academy lad. Yeah, but everybody hates him now. That's the thing. Chris and Clibbo, do you really, truly believe Marty Cifuentes would have kept us up? Hold on to that thought. I have a picture coming up in a bit. But look, this is the lineup. It is disgraceful, isn't it, Clibbo?
Me personally, when I disgraceful wasn't the first thing that came to mind. I was anticipating I listened to the press conference, and he was talking about there was a few injuries that had been picked up, and this, that, and the other, and I just thought it was a bit of code for we're going to play some youngsters perhaps, and so I was anticipating that, and massively disappointed and let down was what the words that came to my mind when I saw it. But now on reflection, I think it's a disgrace.
When we first had Rowett come in, there was a show we started to do at the start of the season, end of last season, and that was we reviewed the manager's press conference.
Yeah.
So we'd download it, then we'd play it, and we'd talk through it and what they were saying. Well, Rude, it was just a waste of fucking time. Martis Fuentes, just a waste of fucking time. When Rowett came in, Wayne, who normally did it with me, says, "Look, this guy's actually talking sense and what have you." And after 5 weeks, he came and went, "No, let's not bother, Chris. It's just the same as all the others."
Yep.
You know.
Which makes you think. It does make you buy into that conspiracy a little bit more. That you know, the tail's wagging the dog.
Yes, yeah. I mean, I see Chowdhury is captain tonight. Maybe if he scores, he'll get a Bangladesh flag and run around the pitch with it again. Or maybe he'll just go over and abuse the Millwall fans. Who knows what he'll do? But I'm pleased to see Suter back, like you said. I honestly can't believe Winks and Chowdhury are there. James is on the bench. Look, he hobbled off, but I don't know. But I've got to say, if I'm saying that about the other loanees, then I can't not have a go. You know, if you'd put James,
I wouldn't have played him. I wouldn't have played him for a number of reasons. One, he's clearly not fit, and he's not having the effect on the team that's required. And two, not being fit. If he does want to sign for us next season, who knows?
Yeah,
we're potentially damaging this young player. And I'm still a bit annoyed about his sort of bullshit statement about, oh, of course we'll stay up. It's like what we said. There's a little bit of arrogance attached to that, or naivety. I'm not sure. I mean, it wasn't far long been at the club, I suppose. Maybe he hadn't been poisoned by the vibes at the club at that point.
The thing is, I guess the last thing we want is a player coming in going, "Yeah, I've come, but I don't think we'll stay up."
Yeah, but just don't say anything. Don't say anything. I tell you why. Because when fans are feeling like this, they will pick up on things and they'll look for things.
I suppose if he was asked the question, though, that's the. I mean, if it's come out and made a statement, or it was a social media post or something, yeah, come on, maybe that was naivety. But if he was asked a question, how do you not? You know, you got.
Well, it's an easy answer, isn't it? It's not. Don't take a bleeding brain surgeon to be able to sort of skirt around it. You know, you just say, "I'm here to help the club and to fight to stay in this division or finish as high as we can." Any idiot can say that.
You see, you are here. You see, you're being silly now, Clibbo. You're saying that footballers are intelligent. The last intelligent footballer, I think, was Graham Lasso, and only because he read the Telegraph. But yeah, I just didn't. I can say, do you remember Ruud van Nistelrooy's last game in charge? And not sure whether this guy started or he came on, but it was Buenete from Brighton.
Yeah.
It was the last game of the season, and he was going back to Brighton, obviously the day after, I presume. And he played him. Why? Just, when there were, again, and he did play one or two youngsters, but, why not just go for it? Why not pick? Oh, I don't know. I just given up, Clibbo. I've really just given up. I just don't know what to do next season. I mean, Reese said he's not renewing his season ticket. I totally understand that, and he's well entitled to do that. If we do start to do well, you can always get hold of a half-season one. But I also respect those that have renewed the season ticket. It's down to everybody's individual choice. But I really don't know if I can be arsed doing watch-alongs next season.
It's a bit difficult. I think it'd be difficult. And the reason I think it's going to be difficult is because, I've watched a few games this season, League One this season.
Right.
And I found it a very difficult watch. I found it very difficult. I like the I like the way that these players get stuck in and make up for for their obvious lack of that's their League One players. It's probably the best they're going to be, which I have total respect for at whatever level you're playing professionally. But as somebody who likes to watch football, and that doesn't necessarily mean being able to pass like early 80s, late 70s Liverpool. I don't mean that. I mean, I'm just excited by football. I used to be. But League One, oh my God, it's just, but it's like what, tennis.
Listen, do you think 4-2-3-1 will work in League One?
Well, I would suggest if that's what they're going to line up with, it's going to be a very painful season. That's what I will say.
Oh, the true politician there, Trippo.
Yes.
Look, I hate to do this to you, but we're going to have to. Here's the table as it stands. We're down, and I've been looking at a few of his facts. Obviously, if we'd got that 6 points back, and we had, we'd still be down there. We'd still be, was it 1 point above West Brom? But I don't think we'd have won the last two. Get anything from these last two games anyway. I'm just watching Blackburn destroy Sheffield United 3-1. So,
I said, and there was a few people on certain channels that didn't agree with me, but I said, once Leicester get their points deduction, you will see the other teams get a real inspiration from that, and that will be the manager's team talk will be in the dressing room. Right, Leicester are not in great form. They lose 6 points. Their confidence is going to be low. We really have to make haste while the sun shines. And I could see it happening, and it did happen. And everyone had a bit of a lift. All right, you had a new manager bounce situation and whatnot. But every one of those teams picked up and have got themselves safe. And you can't blame the 6 points. I think we got off lightly.
Yeah.
My chat to Reece at the beginning of the season was, if we get 6 to 9 points, I still expect to be in the playoffs. And anything else is a failure for me. And they've failed on every front.
No, you're quite right. Sorry guys, I did bring the wrong table up there. Let me just get the right table, and then hi to Seattle there, to Shane. How are you? Hi Jim's in to be joining us at half time, hopefully. Right, let me here's the up-to-date table. I had it, I just hadn't updated it on my reel at all. So give us those 6 points back, and we're on 48. Still 2 behind Charlton. So that's basically.
Well, the thing is, if we're on 48, there's a real last chance saloon scenario for the last 2 games. You could potentially lose tonight, and then it's all down. It's all down to the last game. And I think me as a fan, probably weeks ago, would have accepted that situation. Last day shootout as in Blackburn, because anything can happen. But it's not to be. And I mean, Reece has said this for quite a while, that we would be down before the Millwall game, and I was kind of, I thought he was being a little bit pessimistic, but you know what? If you're watching Reece, you were right, mate. You were absolutely right, and I should not have doubted you, because you watch this week in, week out live, and I unfortunately can't at the moment.
Yeah.
So.
Fortunately.
Sorry?
Luckily, yeah.
Yeah.
No, luckily you mean. West Brom are on 50. Oh, they got 2 points deducted. Well, I do apologise, everybody. I have a life, and I wasn't sat at my computer 24 hours a day waiting for that to update. I did it this morning, and I went out and did other things because, like I say, I do have a life. So, forgive
They
me.
got 2 deducted. I didn't even know that.
No, I didn't, to be honest with you. Fair enough, but like I say, I do have other things to do other than just do this. As much, as I'm a Leicester fan. I do have kids. I do have grandkids. I do like to get out and do different things. You can blame Google because Google haven't updated it. In fact, they're still showing. Apparently it's only just happened. Well, yeah, I can say I didn't. I'm just looking here.
They were
Yes.
never going to give. They were never going to give them enough points deduction to make our games interesting. You knew that anyway.
Yeah, and I think you're fine. I think they'll take that. I think they'll take the 2 points and not fight it. And
Of course.
it was always going to be 1 or 2 because they hadn't gone that much over. I tell you what, though, when you look at Chelsea's finances, bloody hell, we look like we're the Bank of England.
That's a joke.
But, it is, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a joke.
Apparently, they could be thrown out of Europe because UEFA's PSR doesn't allow for things that you sell to yourself.
Well, good.
Yeah, which they should also do that in the Premier League, but then they wouldn't want to. I reckon if Spurs get relegated this season, I bet everybody at Sky Sports will be going around wearing black armbands.
Oh, for sure. I still don't think they'll get relegated, Chris. I think it'll be West Ham. I just Spurs are one of them teams. One, they've been lucky quite a number of times, and 2, they're a more glamorous club, and the Premier League wants glamorous clubs.
Yeah,
I'm not saying anything's corrupt or anything like that before anyone accuses me, but just smells bad sometimes for me. That league.
Yeah. I mean, they are back in the relegation fight then, but they are on -9 compared to Charlton's -13 and Oxford's -15. So yeah, they're not going to go down. They're not going to go down.
No, they've got too much form. You know that they're going to probably they'll get a couple of points, a couple of draws, or win at least one of those games. They're in too good form.
Yeah. Okay, we sacked Marty Cifuentes earlier in the season, did we not?
Yeah, it was the right decision.
We bought in Gary Rowett, did we not? How much do you reckon we paid off Marty Cifuentes?
I
like a few million, I'm thinking at least. He was on a 3-year deal, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was probably on he was probably on a couple of million a year, I would imagine. Yeah. Or $1 million a year. So yeah,
we'll have paid him off. Yeah. And so could we not have kept Marty Cifuentes till the end of the season and saved that $2 million towards a player? Because this, as you know, I've been doing like the last 8 games and updating it each game. So what I did today, which was probably why I didn't see the table, guys. Where are we? I did this. He's had 12 games in charge so far, Marty Cifuentes. There was a possible 36 points available to him, and he got 10.
Yeah, I think that record is shocking and probably would have got him sacked at any other part of the season if he was manager. But to answer your question regarding Cifuentes, I think it was just untenable. The players had stopped working for him. We were getting pounded in games. And I think potentially we would have been I think the fans' anger at the moment is bad, but some of those beatings that we got, 3-0 at half time, I don't think the fans would have put up with that. I think there would have been some proper aggro down at the ground. I know back in the day there would have been.
Yeah.
No.
Well, let's come to this, because I've got to say as well, Rod Ross, who's calling somebody a nonce, maybe he ought to look in the mirror, but he's been banned anyway, so he can go off and go out down to his mother's basement and wank over her like he probably has been doing all his life. So what I did was, like I say, he's played 12 games. I compared Rowett's 12 games with Cifuentes' last 12. Forget the Andy King one, because we know the situation with that. So comparing Marty Cifuentes' last 12 with Rowett's first 12, who do you think got more points?
Well, I would imagine Cifuentes, but I think that there's different factors involved.
We still wouldn't be safe, because obviously we won't be safe for 6 points. We're not going to be safe with those 4 points. Well done, Gray. I banned him anyway, so he can never come back again. We won 4, drew 2, and lost 6 under Marty Cifuentes, his last 12. Gary Rowett's first 12, won 1, drawn 6, lost 4. So 14 points for Marty, 10 for Gary. I know what you're saying, but when you look at the facts, had he lost it that much?
Yeah. I think what you've got to add into the equation there is the level of. So just look at the two. If you look at the fans' anger with under Cifuentes compared to Rowett, now even though we're looking at Rowett now going, well, that was a fucking useless appointment, the level of anger under Cifuentes was far higher than under Rowett, and I think in some ways it has calmed the. Listen, if we'd have gone down under Cifuentes, I think there'd have been riots. Under Rowett, he's managed to sort of keep it relatively calm, and I think that's to do with the way he talks.
Well, okay, but he's got us less points. He's won 3 less games. I'm actually, and I get what you're saying, and I'm not arguing, because, like I say, at the end of the day, mate, it's all about points and everything. It's all about opinions. Well, it's about points. What do points make? But I'm more angry at Rowett, because Rowett's come in and looked at Cifuentes' style of play and went, yeah, that was working well, I'm going to do the same.
Yeah,
so
and I think we discussed this last night, and I still think he's not the one pulling the strings. Now, I'm angry if that is the case, and to me, I don't think many people would doubt that now, given the evidence is there, really. I'm more angry at the fact that he's not turned around and gone, I don't think so, I'm not doing that. I'm just not doing that, because
he's coming and said, yes, I'm doing that. I'll pick the formation that you want. I'll pick Harry Winks and I'll pick Daka up front. And ask me to go up and lick Chowdhury's arse. Yeah, when do you want me to do it? Half time or before the game?
Yeah. I do feel though, Chris, and I'm this is only my opinion. I do feel if we'd have been relegated, having kept Cifuentes, you would be fucking furious.
I probably would have been, because we wouldn't have brought another manager in, and we wouldn't have known whether that other manager, whoever that happened to be, would have kept us. So yes, you're quite right in that respect. Let me throw another thing into the pot then. Would Chris Wilder have kept us up?
It's difficult to say because
It is. I agree. It's all hypothetical, of course.
I think, again, any manager that came in was going to have to bow down to the powers that be. So if Chris Wilder came in, it would be under the circumstances that you do as you're told. So no, I don't think he would have kept us up.
Well, that's probably why he didn't get the job, because he wanted to do
exactly why he didn't get the job. It's exactly why he didn't get the job.
Yeah. And I just. But this is why you can see why I'm annoyed, can't you?
Of course.
Paying somebody off, and we've got this guy who obviously I've lost any respect I had for for Gary Rowett, because he's come here. He's no better than Winks. We're saying Winks isn't going to go anywhere because he doesn't want to. Not bothered for playing football. He just wants to collect his wages. Winks came just because we were paying him a lot of money.
Yeah, but that's modern football. But I think the thing is with the Rowett situation was we clearly didn't want him. He was not like first or second choice, if you ask me. And we left it, hoping to find the perfect manager. We didn't. So we interviewed Rowett, and Rowett was told, "This is what I want you to do under these, under these circumstances." And Rowett's gone, "Well, I'll give it a go." And I think very quickly, his demeanour when being interviewed, I look at body language a lot. I can pick things up with body language. And I think very early on, you could see him thinking, I'm screwed. I've got nowhere to go. Now, I'm not saying, I think that's really dishonourable to me. I think it's dishonourable. I understand he's got a family to feed and a future to secure. But he said he turned other clubs, long-term clubs, down to do this. So something is not making sense to me. So I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed at Gary Rowett for going along with this fucking charade. Somebody
somewhere is telling porkies, and I think there's more than one person, to be honest with you. I mean, I just look at Cifuentes' last games in charge. Okay, his last game was the Oxford one, which he lost. He drew the game before that with Wrexham. He lost to Coventry. Well, let's be honest with you, who hasn't lost to Coventry this season? The game before that, we lost to Sheffield United, but then we beat Derby County before that. We just lost in there. We lost to Watford. We lost to Queen's Park Rangers. Then 3 games at the start of December, we beat Derby County, we drew with Bristol, and we beat Ipswich Town. So it wasn't a bad. I don't think it was a point there where you look at that form and go, that's sackable. Ruud van Nistelrooy had a hell of a lot worse thing than that, and he wasn't sacked.
I think you're looking at it very down the lens of one microscope or one binocular.
But that's my job to do that.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But I don't see it like that.
I'm going to come up and pick something that you're going to agree totally with me. Do you know what I mean?
I get your style, Chris, and I like it. But no, to me, Cifuentes, it was visible. And I think 80-90% of City fans would agree with me. Please tell me if you don't in chat. That actually the players were getting worse. They were regressing under him as his tenure went on.
That I will not argue with.
That was always going to get worse, and potentially. I mean, you can't be getting spanked by. Oh, Christ, QPR spanked us twice. But the first one was horrendous. You can't have that. And I don't think if you had Rowett from the beginning of the season, I don't think we would have ever got those spankings. That's one thing I will say.
I mean, you say spankings, right?
Yeah, they were spankings.
We lost 4-1 to Queen's Park Rangers.
That's a spanking.
Yeah, no, I'm saying, but that is our biggest loss this season.
Under who?
Under either man. Well, under Cifuentes.
Cifuentes. Yeah, that's my point.
Yeah, apart from that, we were only losing by. All right, Southampton beat us 3-0. Would you call that a spanking?
Yeah. Yeah, I would.
Everything else, it was by just 1 or 2 goals, but look,
I think if you lose by 3 goals, 2 not. If you lose, particularly in this freaking league, if you lose by 3 goals, you got your ass handed to you. That's the way I see it. If it's 6-3, 3-0, 9-6, you got spanked.
No, well then, I mean, obviously, Queen's Park Rangers put 7 past us in 2 games, so they certainly. Do you think though a lot of this is? Obviously, all us Leicester fans here have been doing a lot of thinking about this, haven't we? And I'm just wondering, and I can remember how many fans. I'm just talking to fans. Let me just turn mine off. I can remember how many fans at the start of the season were going, "We're going to piss this league. It's the Championship. It's awful."
Oh yeah,
it's worse than it was when we came down here before. And I think a lot of players had that attitude as well. Well, we've been in the Premier League, and everybody, when I was saying, well, look at the results. Well, yeah, but we were playing Premier League teams. Of course, we're playing Premier League teams. We're in the fucking Premier League. And I think a lot of fans, and when I was sort of saying, and a few people said it, just be careful. I'm sure, Luton thought that when they came down. Oh, no, nothing can. Manny did. Yes, he did, Gray. Manny did indeed. Maybe that's why he's not on any Leicester channels anymore. No,
I think you'll find Locks did as well.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. And it tends to be a lot of younger fans, and I understand that from, what they've known. And that's not why Manny's not on any channels, and I do know why. But when the fans have got that attitude, and when you look at what some of the players, as we said earlier, were putting out on social media and what have you, you're suddenly thinking, wow. And all you're doing is winding the opposition up, with these things. Who was it said we're going to have a party? Was it havn't or Fatawu?
Oh, do you know what? I don't know. No. I try to ignore the players' comments because we're living in a very different time where they need validating via social media apps and things like that. Yeah. It's young people, it's just how it is. I'm not having a go at young people for it. It's just how they've been brought up. I mean, that Pratt was dancing in his kitchen, wasn't he? Fatu posted a video.
Well, one person says Fatu, one says Mavididi. I'm none the wiser. But look, I know the youngsters were doing that. And you're thinking, it's the biggest way, Look, when Arsenal beat us for the second time in our Premier League winning team, and they had a picture of them all celebrating in the changing room as if they'd won the league, that was just stuck up in our dressing room then. And you remember when we beat Southampton 9-0 when they came back to play us? We played it on the fucking big screens. And then the manager listened to that. And then we lost that game. So I just, when you got that sort of attitude in the whole club, you can then think, well, hang on a second, these fans that are saying this is wrong and that's wrong, they're the same fans that were saying we're going to piss this league, it's a load of shit. Then I'm sorry, I don't particularly think that they're coming from a very good place.
I think the fans who said that were right in some sense. This league is shit. It is not a good league. It's not a good standard this season, right? But it's like rugby league and rugby union, very different games. Premiership, Championship, it's a different game. You need a different skill set to play.
Yeah.
What it's like snooker players who go and play pool.
Yeah.
By their best pool players, they get their asses handed to them. And that transition from Premier League to Championship, it's a shock to the system because you have to work. You have to work a bit harder and you have to get more physical. There's no VAR. It's a completely different set of circumstances, and they weren't prepared for it. Actually, they weren't equipped for it. The majority, and you need the majority to be.
But I think when you look at the season that we'd had coming down, we hadn't just gone down like we did against when we came down the time before. We came down on the last day, and if Bournemouth had beat Everton, we'd have stayed up. We came down in such a sorry state. I mean, I'm just looking at that season now on Wikipedia, and there's so much fucking red. It's a joke. We didn't start winning till we got relegated, and then it was Southampton and Ipswich Town. And I'm just thinking, like, you know what? Yeah, it's we just look. One more question. We're going to go to some score predictions, but one more question because it's 10 minutes till kickoff. If we had somehow managed to stay up this season, do you think that would have been a good thing, or do you think actually getting relegated is making us face some of these issues like it did last time, and it's almost like a reset where if we'd only, if we somehow managed to stay up by 2 or 3 points, we'd have thought, oh yeah, everything's fine, like papering over the cracks?
No. Getting relegated is the worst scenario. You can do all the things that you're about to do in the Championship. Getting relegated, there's no positives to it, Chris. None whatsoever. In my eyes, not one single positive to it.
I asked you the question, so I can't argue with your answer. I just think if we'd stayed up, I don't think the changes that needed to be made necessarily would have been made.
I think if we'd stayed up, by 6 or 7 points, I think I can see your point. But if we stayed up by 1 point or skin of a teeth, if that doesn't jolt your ass into, oh my God, we just nearly made the biggest arse up of our entire ownership, then nothing will. And it seems to me, when I saw Top being speaking to the fans and Steve, there was a real shock, resignation, and I think there was a resignation. I think that's the key word. He was resigned to the fact, and everything had hit him. I've done this. I'm responsible for this.
Yeah.
Now, I think to a lesser extent he would have had that same feeling, but with a sense of relief, if we'd have stayed up by a point, let's say on the last day of the season. But if we'd have been like mid-table, I can see your point. But no, nothing is. Don't get me wrong. We can still make a positive out of the situation, but it's going to be very difficult. One, to try and get the fans back on board. That's another thing. But no, there is no real positives to going down. Financially, it's going to absolutely batter us. It's going to, so yeah. I don't even want to be thinking about it.
No. Next season, do you want him to still be in charge, or do you want them gone?
No. I don't want Top in charge, but he will be in charge. So I know that's getting splinters in my arse a little bit, but yeah. I have to be resigned and be realistic. The realistic scenario is he's not selling in League One. So you can protest all you like, and I'm happy for people to protest. for whatever reason they feel, I have no problem with it whatsoever, and I don't shun anyone for doing it. It's your right, and I believe, and I will argue for your right to do that. But it is not going to do anything. He's never selling this club in this league. So with that in mind, I have to think to myself, how can I start to respect this guy again? And until he gets rid of that prat that's glued to his side, he's not going to get the fans back on side, and he's certainly not going to get me back on side. So I hope that kind of answers your question.
Yeah, it does. It does. I'm very much a case of be careful what you wish for. That's my philosophy with football.
Yeah.
I can remember I used to work at Blackburn, and they were owned by the Walker family. And when Jack Walker himself died, they're kind of the family's interest in the club ended because he was the big football fan. He'd sold Walker Steel to British Steel, and that was his millions, etc. And then they get the Venkis come in, chicken farmers from India. And look where they are, they've been down into the third tier. They hate the Venkis. And I'm just worried about who we might get in place. That's the problem. Anyway, score predictions. Let's get score predictions, everybody. Clibo, what do you fancy going for?
Well, I was hoping for a draw tonight, and I thought with some young, hungry players in there with a touch of suitor and brutality, we could have got a point. And I was going to say 1-1, but I'm now going 3-1 Millwall.
Wow. You know what is scary about that?
You've put that as well.
I put 3-1, yes. And that's purely, I had it as 3-0, and I purely went for 3-1 as because Suter's in the squad, and I think he might just go and get us a goal. Although it would just be like Leicester to go out and win 5-0, wouldn't it?
Well, not this Leicester, no.
No. But let's start trying to.
Let's get Reese's. Come on, Reese, put your score in there. I want to see.
Shirts on the store, £20. That's the old shirts, though, isn't it? I mean, they've been reducing them every week. I got an email through,
and apparently there's loads in there, and they're not going.
Well, they're not going to, are they? Let's be honest with you. So Armchair's gone 5-0 Millwall. Let's have a look.
I'm actually not sure. I think it is this season's that are being sold for £20.
No, I think it's this season that we're playing, not next season.
Yeah. Nobody wants to wear that reminded of it, do they?
No. Well, isn't it? It was 40, then 30, then 20. It's been going down every week. I say, leave it a couple of weeks, guys, and they'll actually pay you to take one. That's what I said this, didn't I? I thought I said this season.
You said they were old ones.
Well, old as in, sorry. Yeah. So I mean, old as in not in the new ones for next season. We've not got many score predictions in here. So just read those out that I have. Ronald's gone 3-0. We've got both gone 3-1. Reese has been very quiet here. He's not got his predictions in.
He's probably off with his Anne Widdecombe doll.
Top's there again. Top is there again. Don't forget, 8 o'clock on Sunday, we'll be interviewing Steve about his conversation with Top and Gary, I believe, as well. And I have to say, fair play to Hamza and fair play to Top. They could have both walked away, as indeed did Ricardo and Winks and a lot of other players, but they didn't.
Yeah, you have to give credit where it's due. Despite how much you don't like somebody, it's like Winks, I think, is a wanker. But if he has a really good game, I'm not going to say, well, yeah, it was all right. I'm going to say he had a good game.
Yeah. Oh no, you got to say that, but he's still a wanker.
Yeah, but there are a lot of people that will not swallow their pride enough to say it. Yeah, you have to call it as it is, or
Yeah.
It shows more about you than
I was the same
them.
with Val Bays. I couldn't stand the guy. I didn't like, I thought he was taking up somebody else's oxygen. But if he had a good game and scored and what have you, I said so. Anyway, mate, I'll let you go. The players are coming out on the pitch. Enjoy the game as much as you can, and I will see you at full time, sir.
You will.
Thank you very much. Take care.
In a bit.
Right. Let us talking away there, and I'm not ready at all. Right. Bear with me, guys. And we will we'll start in a second. There we go. So, ladies and gentlefolk, please, no spoilers. We're all at different stages of watching the match, depending where we are and depending how we're watching it. I would say don't put any scores in, but we're the only team playing tonight. But that includes, Afghanistan versus Vietnam or whatever. No scores, no spoilers for cards or anything like that at all. And I completely just lost the sound. Brilliant. We are the fifth side to have done the double relegation. Right. Right. Our final home championship game. A lot of empty seats. Oh. Chowder with the first clearance. The Larcher comes and punches out, but it's straight to a Millwall player. Let me just get the right. Yeah, I think that is the one, actually. I'm used to having Tom underneath me, of course. Tom's working today, by the way. Thank you to the mods that are going to be in. They will be kicking out and banning any dickheads that are in the chat. Yeah, 2-0, Gray. I wouldn't argue with that necessarily. Leicester, and whether this is good news or bad news or not, I don't know, because Leicester are kicking towards the Kop in the first half. I say the Kop. So many empty seats. Goodkin's still there, unfortunately. There's Leicester now with a long throw with Luke Thomas. I say Leicester kicking from right to left in this first half. And it comes back out to Luke Thomas, who can now cross it in again with his foot. Oh. Fatawa goes high and wide there. You do it, Gray. You do it. You got my backing. They do, Kyle. You're quite right. They do. Especially Gray. He's like my sergeant major. I really wasn't sure about doing this, to be honest with you. But like I say, hang on. Oh, Hamza Chowdhury went in well there, but it could have been a penalty, but thankfully not. The referee ignored it, and Chowdhury got away with that one, and the ball goes out. And now the number 19 for Millwall, which got the sort of skin-coloured tops. Oh, he did go in. Let's have a look. No, he got the ball. Fair play to Chowdhury. He got the ball. And he was coming over because he was on Thomas's side as well. Oh. Nothing at the moment. The player's up and about, and he's back on his feet again. Oops. That was a little bit. Millwall fans have a good old chant, as you would expect then. Yeah, they're just talking about Hamza going out and talking to the fans. So, but again, when they're talking to the fans, they're not going to be able to give them the answers they want, because they can't go and say, well, you know what, Rowett's absolutely pathetic, you know. Jim, you need to speak to me. You need to speak to me, Jim. Now, Leicester coming forward. Not a bad start from Leicester, to be honest with you. Skip. Out to Fatawu. Tries to come on the inside. Can't have the shot. Thomas. To Mukasa. Thomas. Oh, lovely touch from Thomas. Plays it back. Oh, Mukasa there, but there's a Millwall player just threw himself in front. Tell you what, it was a good move by Leicester. Fair play. Fair play. And now it's a free kick off Vestergaard. That was a lovely. Oh, I mean, I've got to say, Luke Thomas. that was better than Mavadidi. He kind of swept it behind himself with his foot. It was brilliant. Yeah. Doesn't look too the Millwall player that went down. He's looking like he's in a bit of pain. I think he's going to have to go off, to be honest with you, unless he can run it off. Skip. You'll get a good commentary on the Foxes Hub. I'm no expert at the commentary. Jeff is in from the Philippines. I think this is going to be a... Oh no, it's still carrying on, the injured Millwall player. Josh Coburn is the guy. And it's gone all the way back to Stelarczyk. I don't like... I mean, it's a very weird coloured kit that Millwall are wearing. It was flesh-coloured. Leicester not had the worst of starts. So, Dakova Reed with a chip in from the right. Oh. Thomas again there with a little bit of a flick back towards the keeper. They're proper commentators. They can commentate a lot better than I can. He's hurt himself anyway, this Millwall player. Coburn, who was their main striker. And Ivanovic is on, who we were talking about at the start of the season. Nate, you are a gentleman, sir. As Millwall break down this right-hand side, seems strange seeing the opposition kicking from left to right. Still have it. Can they get the ball into the box? No. Thomas, I think, got in the way there. Thomas having a good game so far because he was the man of the match for everybody against Hull. We all went for him. Thing is, Wayne, how are you, mate? Are you home yet? I didn't think you were home yet. So if you're still watching from Turkey, here's Millwall now on the strike. Oh, Millwall fans really shouting for a penalty there, but I don't think it was. I think he went down a little bit too easy. The ref wasn't having that. A cross over into the box. It's headed clear though by Fatawu. Doing his defensive work there. First 10 minutes gone. How did it go, Wayne? I hope it went all right for you, mate. Now, you don't know what they're chugging back. Let's be honest with you. You can't tell when it's on the radio. Oh, my God! How did that not go in for Millwall? It's a corner. Wow. Let's have a look at this. The cross came in from the left. It was headed back. It was straight in. Shot and it hit Vestergaard. Stelarczyk was in no man's land. He came out, Stelarczyk, to the near his left post. But had Vestergaard not been in the way there, that had been 1-0 Millwall. Right-hand corner, coming in for Millwall, the first corner for them. From the right, it's a low and it's a poor corner. And then I don't know what he was doing. Oh, there's an offside, I think. I don't know what that was from from Millwall, whether it was a cross then or a. Certainly, if it was a shot, it didn't go. It didn't go straight ahead. 3 drops in 4 years, says the Union FS on guessing banners. Top shame on you. So Millwall have it again. Leicester's bright little start didn't last very long. Now Millwall dominating quite a bit. Oh, yeah, Chowdhury just stuck his foot out there. That's the petulant little kid in him. Been at Leicester since he was 7. He still acts like he is sometimes. Mr. Larchick. It's actually going to take a long kick by the look of it. Of course, and I don't know if I've said this, I might have done. Gary Rowett, of course, was manager at Millwall for a while. Just coming up to 15 minutes gone. Oh, it's a free kick there. Ducovery taking down the Millwall player. Thank you, Gray. Yeah, come on. Didn't expect as many in today as we had at the weekend. So free kick coming in on the right hand side. Chowdhury heads it out. Mikasa tried to clear it, but it only goes out. So it's a throw in now to Millwall on the far side. Oh, excuse me. Ooh. A moment. Leicester lose it again. Which is basically a story of our season. We just can't hold on to the ball. Just wondering, we should be playing match bingo, shouldn't we? Stolarczyk comes and grabs it from the shot effort from Millwall. How long will Suter last? I am disappearing, but only because I'm putting the light on there, and then I can turn this light off, and there we go. It's all about the lighting. Who can remember Hamza Chowdhury foul or skip there, giving foul on the Millwall lad? Is he going to get a booking? Walking away, I don't think he is. Do we remember Thomas's last goal? He's only scored 2 for Leicester. He scored against Hull. Do anybody remember his last goal? Free kick comes in. Millwall. I mean, Millwall are just fucking pansies. The guy ran into a defender there. Now, he just fell over and then, like, looking around for the penalty. I mean, if you're going to try and get a penalty, it makes it look like you've been tackled. Don't just fall over like you farted. Millwall offside there. Oh, the ball through for Reed, but it goes too far ahead. If you're not doing anything in the morning, I am live on the radio from 7 a.m. till 10 a.m. I've got to get up at 6 a.m. So it'll be a very short post-match tonight. Oh, good. Good. The flag will go up, yeah. It was a lovely run and through ball to Reed from Fatawu there. But yeah, Reed went too soon. Don't know if he has yet, to be honest with you. Is he actually on the pitch, Daka? Oh, nice touch from Millwall. Now they break down this near side. They've got the space. Thomas is turned inside. Oh. Well done, Thomas. No, it wasn't Thomas. Sorry, it was Suter. Wow. That was selfish from... Wow. It was Suter who came over and got the block in. Well done, Suter. Leicester playing themselves into trouble, but they get a throw in and get out of it. So, Leicester coming away. Thomas chips into the box from Winks. And a free kick against Leicester. You been at the whiskey again, Jeff? I'm sorry, I think all you can hear is the Millwall fans. Fair play to them. Obviously, Millwall fans having problems, actually getting the song literally is just meh. They obviously, the average Millwall fan can't put two syllables together. I mean, as it stands, Millwall are a point ahead of Ipswich, but Ipswich have got 2 games in hand on them. Obviously, Coventry have gone up as champions. Oh! Side netting. I think Souter did well there, but the referee's given a goal kick. Let's have a look. Yeah. I think it did come off. Oh. I think he touched it. Yeah, so Millwall currently on 80, Ipswich on 79, but Ipswich have got 2 games in hand as Millwall are playing tonight. I would imagine when Sky Sports picked this, that they thought this could be a top of the table clash. It does. That's the thing. Having said that, it's very, very effective at the moment. I have to say, whatever I say about them, and it's all banter, of course, they're putting our fans to shame. In fact, there's probably more Millwall fans there than Leicester fans. So at the moment, Millwall just taking the time, passing it around, went back to the goalkeeper, went out to the defender. It's just a good move into our own half, but then Leicester get the block in again, but skips. Oh no, Vestergaard's gone down. He took too long getting up then, Vestergaard. Oh, yeah. Oh, that was a Daka finish there by the Millwall striker, the Millwall player. So it's one of those passing from. Right. So it was passed to. It was a free kick then. Took over Reed. Fatawu, I mean, sorry. So what happened then is that our defender, I think it was Thomas. Then you're looking at the defender comes over to take the goal kick, kicks it to Stelarczyk, who then boots it upfield. Why didn't Stelarczyk just do that himself? Apparently, Vestergaard's dog's gone missing. The police are appealing for Leeds. Sorry. Chowdhury on the far side. You don't get that with the Foxes Hub, do you? Thank you, Gray. You can always rely on Gray. 0-0. 26 minutes gone. Took Reed. Inside. Back to Winks. Winks over to Chowdhury. In the Millwall half. Fataru's waiting for it. Fataru gets it right on the far touchline. What can he do? Short pass back. Skip plays it to Winks. Winks plays it out to Fataru. Oh, lovely ball in. Oh, good God, how did Thomas? Chowdhury still got it though, it can come back in. Thomas and Winks, oh, wide. Somebody said earlier, why aren't we playing Thomas up front? I don't know, it was good defending actually, in fairness. Thomas looked like he was going to score, and then the ball was passed to him, and he played a lovely ball back to Winks, but Winks at long shot. Oh, it was good. It was a block there from the Millwall defender to stop. Whether it had gone in or not, because it wasn't the hardest of side foots from Thomas. So it's 48.2% possession to Leicester. Bit of a Brexit possession here. We are 0.1 XG. They are 0.49. They've had 8 shots to our 3 so far. Oh, Suter there. I don't think he knew what he was doing. I think his arm just came round. He caught the number 9 for Millwall in the face. Suter's gone over to try and get lost in the crowd. It's a bit hard when you're that tall, though. So while they're down, Leicester are taking a bit of a break here. Nothing much is happening. The player's down. He did take one quite hard in the face there. Yeah, just deal with them, mate. Just deal with them.
Watch us on YouTube. Listen on your favourite podcast platform. Or ask your smart speaker to play the podcast Leicester Till I Die.
Subscribe, like, follow, and join in now.
Yep, still nothing happening. You're not missing anything. I don't think that's going to be a red card. I mean, the guy was behind him. He needs a new hairdresser, Suter. That's a horrible haircut. So, he's changing his shirt. The game carries on. 30 minutes gone. Ball given away by Luke Thomas. They're breaking now. They've only got 2 forward. A third's coming up for Millwall. We've got 5 back. There's an overlap here. It doesn't come to him. Well, it does come to the Millwall player, but he lets it go out for a corner on the near side. Nobody's had a shot on target yet. And no goalkeepers yet had to make a save. Still 0-0. Half an hour gone. There will be some added time on at the end, though, of course. Oh, Daka there with a clearance. He's given a free kick to Leicester, though. Good play by Leicester. Ball over the top there. Daka's running for it, but it goes just inside to the box, and the goalkeeper was far enough out to get to it first. That's a throw in from Thomas. It's a short one this time, and it's booted upfield. Doesn't go through to the Leicester player. But it does fall for a Leicester player now. It goes back into our own half and Chowdhury. Short little passes here from Leicester on the far side. It goes out for throw in right in front of the dugouts. Patson Daka's had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touches, and one of them looks like a corner. It's interesting. So these players that had a contract at the end of the season could have been speaking to clubs since January, of course. That's how it works. Clubs abroad, and none of them have. So nobody's coming in for them. So there'll be quite a few players that are actually going to be out of work, I think. Mad Jason, no spoilers of any game. Is there a part of any game that is like in a foreign language to you? Yeah, I wouldn't agree. Can you just... Oh, it's wide. Millwall had all the time in the world. Gray, can you just deal with Mad Jason there? Just give him a little timeout. But yeah, I mean, the likes of Daka and Ricardo, I'm not bothered about, but because obviously they're leaving us. But can you imagine waking up tomorrow morning? Oh, you're a good man, Gray. You're a good man. Newcastle. Oh, he's pulled over, but he got up and he's still got the ball. But Leicester can't get the ball away at the moment. It's in that far now. It's booted upfield by Chowdhury. And then it's a Leicester free kick. Daka taken out. It is. It is. It's like no spoilers for any game. I mean, it's such a small word. You'd think people would be able to understand it, but apparently not. So Leicester holding on to the ball here. But Fatawu loses it, and Millwall can break now down this right-hand side. Leicester got numbers back, though. 25 years since Coventry were last in the Premier League. Wonder how long Leicester will be out. Corner to Millwall on the far side. So The Millwall captain's quite a big man there. I don't know if McAther's the right person to be marking him. Oh, headed out by Skip. Daka just about back to McAther. Winks is over to Chowdhury, who's in the centre now. Very much doing the Ricardo and coming into the middle. Leicester, some nice short passes there. I mean, you do expect teams, once they're actually confirmed as going down, you do kind of expect them. Yeah, I mean, I've got to say, I mean, I know there's a rivalry there, but fair play to Coventry. They've been through hell with owners. And this is what I always say, be careful about owners. You know, everybody that wants King Power out might go out, but we're not, no guarantee we're going to get, you know, where are all these, you know, rich Arabs and what have you that are coming in for Leicester? I haven't seen any of them. They're not queuing up outside the King Power, are they? The goal kick to Millwall. Taru tried to do too much. Don't we all know that Newcastle's on loan? I mean, as I say, you all want King Power out. I would laugh if we got King Power out and got somebody worse. And it happens. We might get some chicken farmers from India. Or maybe some, you know, international gun smugglers, like at Portsmouth for a while. But then you'll be happy because King Power's gone. I think he was only ever brought in as cover, wasn't he? Hang on, you are on about the goalkeeper, are you, Vitesse? No, I'm not saying India's bad. What I'm saying is the Venki brothers are awful owners. Thomas just got his head to it, put it out. One of the countries I'd love to go and see. I can't go because I can't do the heat there, but I'd love to do the Pink City and the Taj Mahal and all those. I know what you mean, Ronald. So Thomas coming back doing some defending as Aziz gets past him. Oh, and Vestergaard gives it a big boot up. Oh, Ducovery takes it down, but then gives it straight to a Millwall player. 41 minutes. This is a time when Leicester fans get nervous. Oh, Sutar doing a good defending job again there. It's a bit. Well, it's a stalemate, as you can see. It's 0-0. We're not actually playing too badly, but it doesn't look like we're going to score. Yeah, so if Millwall don't win tonight, and they've got 2 games in hand, Ipswich, so if they win tomorrow and then win on Tuesday, Ipswich are promoted. So Chowdhury, a lot of space. He plays it sideways. And he goes all the fucking way back to the keeper. God's sake, Chowdhury. Leicester can't get it out the... Well, they have got it out of the corner now because it's an up and under. Oh, come on, referee. Oh, Daka did cut that out. He did close the keeper down well there, but Dakova Reed was blocked. So we'll find out. Bielsa was in the news this week. He was doing interviewed. He had a few sensible things to say. Dakova Reed playing it through to Mikasa. Oliver Skip. Oh, he can't quite find Dakova Reed, but Leicester still have got it. Leicester keep. Oh, they gave the ball away again. Again, yeah, I'm understanding. Skip had a good run into the box, but it's just that final ball. I still say, had we had a striker other than Ayew or Daka for most of the season, we could be staying up. You're mingling. 4 minutes of extra time. Are you at a party, Prashant? Did I miss that? And if you are, where was my invitation? Oh, Daka. Oh, I mean, Leicester there. I'm going to get Daka. He did it. Winks. Oh, that was a... Well, I don't know. I thought it was a foul from behind, but not given. Ah, okay, Prashant. Sorry, mate. So typical of Leicester, though. Have a lot of pressure right at the end, and then we go and give the ball away. I think it's just going to play out now to half time. It's back with the Millwall keeper who boots it right footed up just over the halfway line, only just though, but it falls for Millwall who can break away. Leicester a bit too casual at the back there. But Fatu tries to break down the right. Keeps hold of the ball, but it's gone out for a throw-in just in front of Gary Rowett and the subs. Oh, it's a throw-in to Millwall. Oh, didn't fall for Millwall then. Skip's got it. Back to Chowdhury. Thomas gets it back off to Cover Reed. Playing a bit dangerous here, Leicester. But Harry Winks having a nice touch there. Maybe he's playing to keep place at Leicester. Vataru coming forward. Taru kicks it, but it goes up in the air. It's in the box, but that's not coming down. It's head tennis. And there it is. It's half time. And Jim was in too early again. Naughty Jim. Half time. It's 0-0. Let's get the score up. Jim doing a Wayne there.
Hey, I was listening to you wind down. I thought it was done. Sorry.
No. Hadn't done yet. How you doing, Jim?
Doing well. A little bored with this first half.
It's not the most exciting, is it?
No, but it's no goals against yet.
Well, it couldn't be a clean sheet, could it? A couple of things, players I want to ask about. Thomas is having a great game again.
He's having a great game. I mean, he's just picked up where he left off the other day. I think he's defending well. He's helping back with the defense, but he's part of the attack. He's had some nice crosses, and he had a nice back heel. I'm impressed. He's playing hard.
A couple of times he played that, back heel to himself, didn't he? Went round the player, and I'm like, where's this Thomas been? You got a sticker on your shirt, mate?
Yeah, this is from a couple years ago. It says straight back up, and that's that's what we're hoping for this go around.
Yes, but indeed.
Just not to the same landing zone. We're gonna.
No, not at all. Chowdhury and Winks getting booed at the start. Winks not having a bad game, and the boos have kind of died down a little bit, haven't they?
Yeah, I don't mind. I personally, and everybody has their own feelings, I don't mind them booing them initially, but once the game gets on, every time they touch the ball, to me it gets old. It really gets old. Cheer for your team while they're playing on the pitch. If you want to do your booing, boo them as they leave the pitch, boo them when they first get announced. But when the whistle goes, let's at least cheer them on.
Yeah, and it's like when you boo the opposition player, like if somebody that used to play for you is sold to another club and then they come back and play against you. When you're booing them, all you're doing is winding them up. Suter's looked good at the back.
Yeah, he has looked great. I mean, he's been strong. He's gotten to balls. He's had a couple clearances by a header. He's played really well.
I have. I'm not going to sing it. I don't know if you want to, Jim, but there we go. Gray's having a bit of a cheer there. Look, when we bought Suter, and that was under Brendan Rodgers, he was probably the best centre back in the Championship at the time. We bought him
Right.
from Stoke. Never got a look in. It was one of those Brendan Rodgers signings that we never played, a bit like Vestergaard. And then, he's been out on loans, and he's had such bad luck with injuries. And I haven't seen him get forward yet. I do want to see him get forward, because when he does that for Australia, he can get his head on the end and get that ball in the net.
No, you're absolutely right. I mean, it's been unfortunate that he didn't get the playing time when he was healthy. And then he's had very unfortunate. I mean, I think he had Achilles recently. And yeah, he gets forward. I mean, the problem is we haven't had any corners. We haven't had any free kicks that he could come down to. We need to get some more set pieces down there in their end. And yeah, I'd like to bring him and Vestergaard up there. That's two big bodies.
Yes, it is. It is. But what do you think about the start? I mean, I had a little bit of a rant when we started the program. It's not like me to rant, but over the team selection. I mean, to me, look, we're down. We don't get any money if we win today and we go up a place. We don't get any more money like the Premier League. Why isn't he playing? Why isn't he playing the youngsters? And I know somebody said earlier that the under-21s are playing, or under-23s are playing in a cup game or something. What's more important, really?
No, I felt the same way. I mean, we questioned every time when we kept seeing the same lineup back when there was still potential for us to stay up. And, Rowett said, I want the experience in here, blah, blah, blah. Well, I thought for sure after we were relegated the other day, we would see the youngsters. What we've been clamoring for months is to see the youngsters. I really expect, and I'll tell you what, I based some of my prediction of this match for that, because I thought that they would show some fight. They'd have some youth out there. We'd maybe knock one in. I really thought with what they had to play for, Millwall, that they would end up winning. But no youngsters. I'm really disappointed in that. Same old, same old. I think Suter being in there is nice. I think he's played well. But I don't know if it was because the under-21s are playing. That is true. But I don't know, man. There's enough others. Look at the ones on the bench. He could have brought them in just to spice things up. There's some we haven't seen, whether it be Manga or the others. Yeah, it's a little disappointing since there's nothing left, except for putting a show on for those who sat next to all those empty seats the whole match.
Yes, yeah. I'm just going, and thank you very much for posting the table in the prediction league. We're not doing prediction show for the last 2 weeks because, to be honest with you, what's the point, really? But we will still keep the league going. I'm just trying to find. I'm on there because I'm just trying to find your prediction. Oh, here we go. So
I predicted 2-1 Millwall.
Did you? Right.
Yeah. I thought we'd nick a goal with some of the youngsters, and I really thought I would see more out of Millwall. Chris, I don't know how you feel, but they haven't shown me a lot for a team that is fighting for, to get in the fight for promotion, either automatic or in the play. They haven't shown a lot of fight.
They haven't. No, that's a very good point. I mean, if you're looking at the stats, I mean, you would. I mean, all right, we've got 54% possession. XG, yeah, all right. They've had 10 shots compared to our 5, but of those 10 shots, not one has been on target.
No,
and you wouldn't. If they don't win today, then we're looking at Ipswich have got 2 games in hand. So they've got tomorrow's game, then they've got a game on Tuesday. By the time that game finishes on Tuesday, they could be confirmed going up in second place.
Yeah, and I know the announcer on the TV broadcast said Millwall had a lot to play for because they play us today, and their last game is against Oxford. So if you're trying to fight for that spot and somebody tells you have lowly Leicester and one team right above them to play in your last 2 matches, that's promising, but they're just not showing us much right now unless they're saving it all for the second half.
Well, do you think because we're not looking bad. We're not
No,
looking
we're not.
bad. We're getting some little triangles of short passes together. Hams are still insisting on passing back for some reason. But is it because they aren't, they're making us look good because they're not looking good themselves?
Well, they aren't real. I mean, they've had possession in our end for a while more than we had it in theirs. But I think we equalized it for the last 5 minutes because we were in their end quite a bit. I think a couple of things. If Tom were here, he'd give us more of the strategic end of it. But last game, we were playing a lot of long balls and chasing them down, and we seemed to play that and be successful with that much more. None today, none at all. We've had some link ups in their end, but not as much. And it might have been the way they're set up compared to the way the last game went. But no, I really expect to see more. And maybe their managers just choose them out at half and says, listen, you got everything to fight for. Now get out there and do it. And maybe they come out a different team. The first 5 minutes are going to be the Leicester horror.
Oh, you didn't go there, did you?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. But you went there. You went there at the end of the first half because I heard you say on your Watchalong.
I did. I'm just looking here. 237 passes for us, 188 for them. 82% accuracy compared to 77. That's us with the 82. Backward passes. Here we go. 40 from us, 26 from them. And that's the thing, isn't it? And 30 long balls for us compared to 37 for them. I just don't know why are we passing the ball back? We're down. Just go for it.
Absolutely. There's a lot to be said when you got nothing to lose. And that's why we expected to see the young players. If everything, just throw everything to the wind and just go for it. If anything, you give your fans, the ones that are sitting through it, at least something to cheer for. And those of us who have watched every single match, something to at least cheer for. Now, there'll be some naysayers that'll say, why do you do it now? But as a fan, I'd rather watch the last two matches and get wins than watch them and get losses.
The thing is, though, I'm going to say that once you're relegated, that pressure's off.
Yep.
There's a huge albatross has gone around your neck. That huge building that's rested on your shoulders has disappeared, and you generally do start playing better. You know. I know you don't. I don't know how it works in America because you don't have relegation, do you? And that's not me being funny, but you don't have relegation.
No. I think you'll see it when teams are mathematically eliminated from the playoff race. Right. Ours isn't relegation, but when they're mathematically eliminated, they'll tend to rest some players, maybe older players, senior players, and give the younger ones a chance to play because then they get a look at them. Because it's not just resting the old players, it's getting a look at the younger players. And that's another thing we've been screaming for with Leicester for weeks and weeks. Not only give somebody in there that maybe gives a damn and wants to fight for something, but we want to see what they got. Yeah. Sitting on the bench, we can't see what they got in a game situation.
Yeah. Now, this didn't come through in time, but I'm just going to put Kate's thoughts up before the game.
The sun's shining on the righteous again, as you can see. Seeing the team sheet. Why is he not just throwing all the kids in? I don't understand it. Mikasa, what's the point? What is the point in that? Nice to see Suter back. I don't know why he's not playing Ricardo. It's his last home game of his career with Leicester City, and he's not starting him. But maybe he wants him to come on to some kind of ovation. I don't know. And then, the front line is looking as toothless as it ever did. So, I've gone for a 2-1 win tonight because I just think it's just one of those things. It's Pete Leicester City, isn't it? Win when it doesn't matter, lose when it does. So we shall see. But I just want it to be a decent football match. I actually really enjoyed Tuesday. So, hopefully it's just a decent match, guys.
Yeah.
God love that woman, Chris. He is so smart.
I think there's more than God loves her, I tell you. Just talk to me about. I mean, yeah, I think Ricardo might come on, like you say. They might want to give him his own applause at coming on, but I just need to go and get another drink because I'm nearly out of it. Oh, hang on, or will we back out again? No, I think you just talk about that while I just go and get myself another cider.
Well, that's something actually. It's something I didn't really realize until Kate said it. I mean, yeah, Ricky P's normally out there, and when he's not, Hamza has the armband. But speaking of Hamza, the one thing that I noticed early, he was back to his reckless ways. I mean, there's so much about his game that can be positive. He just gets a little reckless out there, and that's been kind of his MO since he's been with the club. I mean, he has the energy, but he just doesn't always apply it. He had a nasty cut on the Millwall defender that he studded him right across his belly, which put him out of the game. I know at one point when the second striker, the replacement striker, got a inadvertent elbow from Harry Suter in his nose, I'm thinking, well, maybe that's Gary Rowett's plan. Just take out one striker at a time, and sooner or later they'll have no firepower up top. But yeah, I was just talking about Hamza, how he can get reckless, and he took one of their strikers out, and then a little elbow to the other striker's nose. So
indeed. Right, the players are coming out. So thank you very much for joining me, Jim. We will carry this conversation on at full time.
Will do. Let's go get a win.
Well, fingers crossed. Come on, you foxes.
Come on, you foxes.
Take care, mate. See you in a bit.
See you in a bit.
Well, in a bit in 45, I should say. See, it won't be a bit as such. Right. Let's get ready to go. And we're off for the second half. I need to make that a little bit bigger. There we go. No changes by either team at half time. Yeah, I thought, I mean, as much as I don't want Ricardo, and I would have had him on the subs bench, but, bring him on so he can get his own applause, if you like, I think he deserves that. Brad went 4-0 to Millwall. So, Jack went 2-0 to Millwall. Let's have a look. Jeff has gone 2-1 to Leicester. 2-0 to Millwall is Shane's. 3-1 to Millwall is Wayne. 3-1 is also Doug's. And Tom has gone 3-0 Millwall. Both Toms have gone 3-0 Millwall. Craig's gone 3-2 to Millwall. He's expecting a 5-goal thriller. Jesse has gone 3-1 to Millwall. Nate has gone 2-1 to Millwall. Jim, as you said, went 2-1. Kate went 2-1 to Leicester. I don't know how Millwall got that free kick then. Tom is in. Good evening. Not Tom. Luke is in, sorry. True Red. Luke, how you doing, mate? Hope you're having a good one. No scores, remember, mate. I know you're in a different thing, but we don't allow anybody to give any scores out. Thomas plays it in. Mukasa. Oh, he loose from Mukasa again. Wow. I tell you what, Luke, what a first half for you. Even Jesus has scored for you. You're not going to lose if you've got Jesus on your side, are you? Bloody hell. Sunderland 0, Nottingham Forest 4. I have to say, whilst I'm not overly, obviously, a huge fan of Forest, it does condemn Tottenham a little bit more. They're now 8 points behind you, so it looks like it's going to be Tottenham or West Ham to join Burnley or Wolves. Obviously, Burnley got relegated at the weekend. So Leicester now, all in blue, playing Millwall or all in flesh, is all I can say, is that colour there. Leicester changed playing from left to right in the second half. They're playing towards the Kop in the first half, but there's not a lot of fans in there. It's very, very empty. So, can Millwall get anything here? Oh my goodness me! Oh my God, Skolachik, how did he save that? Haven't got it clear yet. Now there's all bodies in the way. Now Leicester can get it clear. Oh, Fataou's taken out. That's going to be a yellow card. First yellow card of the game to Millwall, to Cooper. Wow, our goal is leading the charmed life tonight. Let's have a look. Down there left. Crosses it over. Plays it well. I mean, that well, it was actually, in fairness, it was straight at Solaci, but he literally was from inside the 6-yard box. Well, no, he was literally on the edge of the 6-yard box. Had the whole goal to shoot at. He hit it straight at Solaci, who managed to get his body in the way. And just showing Cooper just totally taking Fatawu out. And he got a yellow card for that afterwards. Yeah, he really went down there. That was... Oh my goodness, that could have been a red. That could have been a red. Wow. Does anybody else? Is it just me? Or is that a red card? Wow. The referee taking his time there. I don't know what the referee was playing about that. Yeah, I agree, Nate. I think that was a red card. Well, it's sharing a joke with the fourth official. I'm just showing it again. I mean, it literally. I mean, I don't know whether Fatawu went down quite dramatically there, but I mean, oh yeah, he did a spin in a bit and then just fell flat. I mean, it should have been a red card. I think that definitely should have been a red card. Jim, yeah, thank you, Jim, agreeing with me. That was the first. I still want to see Monga in that number 10. It's a good night for Forest. Sunderland, maybe just seeing what it's like in the Premier League. He's down a long time for Tarwu. Dak has had a very, 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 very quiet game. I think that's the polite way of putting it. Come on, let's get to 50 likes, guys. It really does help the channel. It's free, doesn't cost you anything. It costs £400 a year just to be able to broadcast this without all the money for doing all the graphics and everything. And it costs you nothing just to like it, but it helps the channel because it gets the channel recognition. It's hobbling. This is going to add quite a long time on stoppage time. So he's off the pitch at the moment for Tarwu. So many empty seats. It's that empty you can actually see the white lettering of LCFC on the seats. Skip keeps hold of it, gets it back to Chowdhury. Leicester at the moment are down to 10 men. Tarwu is back on now. Tarwu goes down, but he gets straight back up. He looks a bit gingerly on his legs at the moment for Tarwu. Jack, very kind. Thank you for your very kind words. But it is football. It is football. It's any sport, in fact. I mean, whether you love or hate Simon Jordan, as he said the other day, if you take the good times, you've got to accept the bad times. All your good times that you had under Fergie was great. What a manager! And obviously now it's not such good times. But when you don't have the bad times, you can then enjoy the good times. And very kind words as well, Andrew. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Well done on your promotion, and well done on winning the league and getting the championship trophy. Which I guess, are you at home tomorrow? I guess you'll be presented with it if you are tomorrow. I'm just saying, as and I did say earlier, look, I know there's rivalry between Coventry and Leicester and Forest and Derby and all of us here, but when I look at what you've been through over the last 25 years, I mean, no club deserves that. No home ground, owners that fiddled you. Oh, what a save! What a save! A header from across there. You couldn't play. You having to play your home games. Was it Nuneaton and Birmingham and places? Northampton, I don't know. You didn't deserve that. Sunday versus Wrexham. Well, yeah, enjoy it, mate. Enjoy it. It's been a long time coming. Makes it even better. And I've got to say, Frank Lampard, what a gentleman. When he was being interviewed when he just won the game or drew the game to confirm that he got promotion, and he was big enough to actually give so much credit to Mark Robbins, who, let's be honest with you, took you through some bad times and kept you going. Still got the Premier League. No, good luck next season, Coventry. I mean, Man United aren't having a bad season. They're up in third. Champions League football. No, exactly. That's the thing. I worked in Bury for a while, and I was there when they went out of business, and where it affects the town. And having that rivalry and that banter, and look, Coventry have got some arsehole fans, Leicester have got some arsehole fans, Forest, Derby, Liverpool, every club's got arsehole fans. But generally, if you can enjoy a bit of banter, like Luke that's in from Forest, have a bit of banter with him, what it's all about. And if your club goes out of business, you lose that. Oh, I needed that. Yellow card now. Is that for another Millwall player? No. Oh, again, it is. That's twice that they've had the studs down the legs of Leicester players. Right, so we are getting some substitutions. Lucas off, Monger's in, and Louis Page is in. I'm guessing Monger's on for Dakova Reed, and Page, I'm guessing, is on for Mukasa. Let me just confirm that for you, gentlemen. Yep, so Monger for Dakova Reed, and Page is on for Mukasa. Hope he does bring Ricardo on. Look, I've not liked Ricardo this season, but I want him to be given a nice send off because he's been a good servant to the club. And it was like James Justin last season. He had an awful season, but right back's not his main position. It's a left back. Now, corner to Millwall. I have to, if I order Iceland, who are probably the cheapest to do home delivery, and it's free, I can get Thatcher's Gold, which is my second favourite. Magnus is my favourite. If I go downstairs to Aldi, then I've got to have Strongbow. But look, it's cider. A lot of pulling and shoving going on in the box. Half an hour to go, I should say, but of course there'll be a fair bit of injury time. Yes, exactly. I've had too many this bloody season. I think we've seen enough about Mr. Stocks and Shares. So 4 shots from Millwall, none from Leicester, none on target. No touches in the opposition box it's got here. This is just the second half, though. And I thought I was a bit wrong, and then just the second half. Are we fighting? I get what you're saying, Ferris. I don't know whether we're actually fighting or not, though. Well done, Gray. Don't mind one silly comment, but he was just coming out with one after the other. Be nice having a Saturday off. Hey, buy one, get one free, Jeff. Surprised you ever got on the bloody plane. You stayed at the airport. Anyway, Millwall coming forward on the far side. Into the box. Page. The ball up to Daka, but the goalkeeper's way out the box and boots it up and high. And you got any of the youngsters on the bench? Aluko. Can't bring, if we bring Aluko on, we can't bring Ricardo on. Leicester running into traffic. And Page gets his own back on one of the Millwall players. Page without, of course, any sponsorship on the front of his shirt. I don't know what would make Chowdhury be better. That said, he did a nice run there to try and close the pass down. A long ball up in the air from Millwall, headed back into the centre by Suter. It's funny to see Suter on. Then we give the ball away. Oh, a nice move here from Millwall. Oh, it went all the way through. Don't know what LTiDtv was doing there. Want to see that again. Oh, now Millwall are giving it away. Oh, Page was pulled back there. Yeah. There's another yellow card for Millwall. Millwall are racking these yellow cards up. Have a look. What happened here? There's a lovely move by Millwall. Nobody on the end of it. LTiDtv came and stopped and... I'm going to say, and I'm going to say it, because I'm allowed to, it's my channel. Hello, dogs. Maybe that's why Vestergaard's having a good, decent game. At the moment, oh, it's the goal. It's a corner. Could have been a penalty. In a corner. Didn't appeal. In fairness to the Millwall player. He didn't really appeal, and he managed to get a pass off, but he goes out. When you're looking at this game at the moment, would you say you're looking at the 23rd team in the versus the second? Would you? Because I wouldn't. Corner comes in. Monga can't get to it. He's going to come back in. No, he doesn't. Saka doesn't play it in. He plays it out, but now a good move down the side. Oh, good defending there, and it goes out for another corner. Suter having a good game. I do think that could have been kicked out for a throw-in rather than a corner. Page is having a bit of Strictly Come Dancing with his opposite number. Solarchi, yeah. What happened there? Solarchi came for it. I thought he'd missed it, but I think it was a Leicester defender headed it clear, and it's all the way through this time to Solarchi, and he can just take his time and pick the ball up. I know what you're saying, Gray, but like I said at half time, the pressure's off. 51% action in the last 10 minutes is in our third. Oh, Fatawu did really well to get away from a couple of defenders, but he went all the way across to Thomas. And now, Thomas and Page linking up well on the far side. It's just that you lose. Do you know that the last season, I think it was at Filbert Street, when we got relegated? And yet we won. We beat Tottenham on the last day or something. Once you're down, pressure is kind of off. Pressure's all on Millwall here. That's the thing. Vestergaard forward. Winks now. Thomas is all over the place. Monga turns. He does. Oh, it's a corner to Leicester. Monga and Page linking up well together. So there's change coming on from Millwall. It's all gone quiet now. Oh. It's all gone quiet now at Sunderland. It's remained Sunderland 0, Nottingham Forest 4. Cross comes in from Leicester. Suter was up there and he got on the end of it. Oh. Now, will anything... Oh, good defending by Leicester. The yellow card now for Chowdhury. I think Chowdhury took one for the team there. Yeah. Fatawu, really? Should have got a yellow card. Chowdhury came straight in through the ball. Yeah. We were never... we will agree to disagree on this point, Gray. I don't think we would have ever finished top 10 with those players. Look at how we were the season before in the Premier League, and then we'd sold a lot of the good players. I'll say the better players. That's not good. Probably not. He's given them too much praise. So Hamza Chowdhury gets a yellow card. So I don't think we would have finished. We weren't good enough to finish top 10 at all. Millwall is... Oh! Our goal is leading a charmed life here. It's a throw-in arm. Midway in the Leicester half by the time he's finished his running. Yes, no, I agree with that, Gray. I agree with that one. Yeah, I think Ricky P deserves that, whether it's 10 minutes or 5 minutes, just to come on. This is his last home game for the club. Oh, good defending by, guess who? Oh, Vestergaard that time. Yeah, Vestergaard just held his player off there. Anybody else feel a goal coming? Yeah, they are in the playoffs, Millwall. Of course, I had forgotten that. The commentators just said that. They've guaranteed themselves a playoff spot. It is all Millwall at the moment. I wouldn't mind seeing Millwall going up, to be honest with you. Long throw for Millwall from the far side. Almost level with the 6-yard box. It's headed clear and straight back to the throw-in taker. Who puts it back in, headed clear by Suter. So, Suter again getting the final touch as Leicester try and play it out. The bad Page a bad ball out, then he went and won it back again. Fatawa's away now down this near side. Page tried to get a shot in. No, he got it onto his left foot for Tarwu, and in fairness, he wasn't greedy, but Page couldn't get in the right position. Ooh. Daka had a shot there, and it took a deflection out for a corner. Yeah, not been having many shots. Page with the corner. Comes back to Page. Fatawu. Into the box. Headed clear. Fatawu wins it back. Gets it back to Hamza. Plays it forward. Skip. Thomas. Winks then. Out to Mongum. Thomas gonna run over. It's in! It's in! And guess who has scored? Harry fucking Suter! 1-0. Hey! I did say 78 minutes, 1-0. Harry Suter. The youngsters played a part. Thomas. The assist from Thomas. Wow. Been saying this about Suter for ages. Wow. 78 minutes. And then there's some subs here. Fatawu off and Skip off. Wow. All right, guys. Bear with me. Bear with me. I'm not used to this. I'm really not.
Go! Back of the net.
Well, who would have thought? Who would have thought? Somebody pinch me. I mean, I know it's too little too late, but good God. Now, then that's woken the crowd up a little bit. So can Millwall get anything out? They're now that this is not going to do them any good at all. 3 subs coming on. Yep, he's going for it. Is Alex Neil, in fairness, at Millwall. And what a time to score. Yeah, he has played very well. Very, very well. I would say our 2 best players were involved in that goal. Now, Millwall have fallen to 3rd. Ipswich are above them. I mean, Ipswich goal difference is 30. Millwall's goal difference is 12. So this is not going to. I mean, they're guaranteed playoffs, Millwall, but this isn't going to do them any good. Suter has been immense. Best of God. Probably didn't get, I didn't know if he didn't get the call from Stolarczyk. Stolarczyk was coming for it and had the space to get it. Was there a spoiler? Stolarczyk, yeah, comes and claims it from the corner. Joey, I bet you are. Was that Ferris? Did you ban him or just time him out? It's going to be, I would tend to say, maybe 7 minutes added on. Oh, poor ball for Millwall. Oh, I banned him. I've given him a permanent ban. He did it the other day as well, I think. No, Daka tried to he gave chase, he tried to put it across. I don't know what's happening. Is Ricardo not going to come on, do you think? We've gone above Oxford anyway. Maybe we won't be the second worst team. We've won 12 games this season. No, that's okay, mate. I know you can't. Mods aren't allowed to ban. That's why I went and banned him. I think he was naughty the other night as well. That was out. It was a throw into Leicester. I think we're all down to the fact that it's the pressure. We were throwing for Leicester. Daka shielding the ball there. I mean, I would argue with Clibo. I mean, the 4-1 at Queen's Park Rangers, yes. I don't think 3-1 is a battering. It's just my opinion. And we haven't really been battered by anybody. Winks. Didn't realise he was still on. Leicester lose the ball. Oh. You can't quite get to it. Then the Millwall player. Got a funny throw in there. It was straight to open space. Nobody there. Interesting, Nate. Interesting. That's always been Leicester. Leicester have forever, as long as I have supported them, which is 40 plus years, 45 years. It's been a long time. Let me just put it that way. I would tend to say 50 years. We've always played better against the top teams. You know, we would go to Sheffield Wednesday and struggle, then we would go to Coventry and win. That's Leicester. That's Leicester from like the 70s and 80s. Leicester, 8 shots, only 1 on target, but it's the one that matters. Leicester booting it out. Anywhere will do for Leicester. It's interesting that we can't. Obviously, this isn't really going to help us at all, but. And Blackburn aren't going down either. But we're annoying Millwall. It is great, isn't it? It is. It's in our DNA. That's what we do. Oh, Monga now. He took that ball and he's run. Oh, that was unfortunate. Monga there with an amazing run at the end. He came in, nipped the ball away, ran, and he just kind of, well, it was good defending from an experienced Millwall defender. A throw in to Millwall in the last minute of normal time. I'm guessing 7 minutes. Barry Bannon from Sheffield Wednesday. No! Oh, 1-1. 1-1. We couldn't hold on. Langstaff scoring. I don't think LTiDtv stood a chance there. Tight angle. Vestergaard coming in. It was a lovely back heel, in fairness. Yeah. To be honest with you, you can't begrudge. Yeah, Millwall back up to second. Eight minutes. I was close to me 7. So this game ain't over yet. Just said on the TV, it's a test of our mentality, and it sure is. So LTiDtv making a good save. Oh. Well, it's not over yet. Oh, deflected, but thankfully it went over the top. So we're into the 8 minutes now. Fortunately, I think there's only one team that's going to go and score now. Another corner. Oof. Chowdhury with a handball. It's a free kick. It's literally is all. It's just only just outside the penalty box as well. Wow. That's just Aluko on, Daka off. Bit of a weird one, that. Still no Ricardo. Three minutes we got left here. A bit weird. If you're going to do that, you're right, he's put a defender on. Why not put Ricardo on? It's his last game. Goal kick for Leicester. Could have been a corner. So we're just, I think, going to be playing down time now. Leicester, the fans that are whistling. Surely, come on. Chowdhury with an air kick. He just wanted to boot it out anywhere. He gets it back though. I don't know why. Why aren't we just booting it upfield? James, not really done much since he came on, but he's got a good run going here. Oh, now Leicester coming strong at the end. Winks, Monga, Aluko. Have a DD. Oh, a shot, but it was straight at the goalkeeper. Oh, and that was a bad breakaway there by Millwall. Not much time left now, I don't think. Page with a shot. Oh, and it was, and there it is. Leicester won. Couldn't hold on for the win, as we never can appear to do, unfortunately. Wow, 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 wow. And I think when Leicester scored, it was against the run of play, I have to say. We'll get the guys in a second, just to have a chat. We'll have a long one tonight because I don't think it's going to be much to talk about. And I'd got "We won" jingle going really ready to play, and that would have been a good one to play. I haven't played that for many a season. Right, let me just wow. Here we go. Let's get the guys in, and we'll see what we got. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to play it anyway.
Yes! 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 Oh! 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 Oh, God. Oh. I'll have what she's having.
I was hovering over it, and I'm thinking, surely this could be it. Slibo, was it a good performance, or were Millwall? They weren't at the best, were they?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I thought we were a little bit better than we've shown for the majority of the season. But like I've said, the standard in this league isn't that high, and I don't think Millwall were particularly brilliant, but I think that's what Millwall do. What they did tonight, that's what they do. I just think we were a little bit better defensively and I think that's down to Suter. I think I take my hat off to that boy. He's worked really hard to get back, and he showed tonight that we really missed him. And I really hope that he's with us in League One next year.
I do. Sorry, I'm just laughing because I know when I play that it catches a lot of people out. Nate, do apologise to your girlfriend, but that's what happens when you watch Paul when you sat next to her. No, I'm joking, Mrs. Nate. I'm joking. That was my "We win" jingle, and we haven't played it hardly at all this season, so I just thought I'd play it there. I apologise, Mrs. Nate. It wasn't Nate at all. Well, the first half didn't do much, but the second half was a bit more exciting, wasn't it? Jim.
Go on, Jim.
Yeah, it was. As we said at halftime, it was, I don't want to say boring, but there just wasn't a lot of excitement. But what we did see in the first half carried over. And that was Thomas's play and Harry Suter's play. I mean, they both played very, very well.
Yes.
And then we just upped the ante with the rest of the team playing well along with it and created more opportunities in the second half.
Yeah.
But they, like Clibo was saying, and you asked, they weren't really impressive for a team that was, I guess, currently right now in second place.
I've written down here, because when it was sort of 0-0, they were second, like it was when it was 0. And I've written down here, could you tell that this was 23rd versus second?
No, you really couldn't. And props to Nate. Probably the last time he'll be allowed to watch this channel after you did that to his poor girlfriend. Scared the poor American lass away. She's finding out what those old British DJs are like in their old age.
Only in America, as we say.
No, but what Nate said, he put right near the end, about 6 of our victories out of 12 came against teams in the top of the table. And it seems like we play well against them. But no, I wasn't really super impressed with them. I mean, their body of work for the whole year got them to where they are. But today, they just seemed a little underwhelming. They didn't have a fire.
Yeah. I want to show you my notes from the first half, by the way. Absolutely. That was that. There was just nothing going on whatsoever. And then in the second half, I got...
That's mine. I got loads of notes. Yeah.
Play Sunderland or something?
No. I was trying to pick out quite a lot of positives from the first half because, let's be honest, the season's been really negative, and I felt that I've been quite negative. And to be honest with you, I was just trying to pick out positive things that I could think of potentially going forward for next season. And some of the things that I said were, I've got to say that challenge from Hamza in the first half that put their powder puff striker off the pitch was absolutely first class. And Ricky P wouldn't have done that. And I disagree with Kate. Again, he should not have played tonight. And I don't care. I love the guy. I've said it before. He's my favourite player. But no room for sentiment. I'm sorry. He's not done it all season. So I'm sorry. No.
But, I mean,
Ricky wouldn't have got there.
Let me just come back to that point before you go and do anything else. For me, you're bringing a Luco on in the 95th minute out of 98. It's his last game at the King Power. And we're not talking a Harry Winks here who tells fans to fuck off, or a Hamza Chowdhury who tries to start a fight and has parties during COVID. We're talking about a player who has been on that side of his sort of attitude has been brilliant. Yes, he's been, he shouldn't be captain. We know that. He didn't play enough games, and as he said, he wanted to. That wasn't his decision. I think bringing him on for 3 minutes just to give the crowd a chance to, and there wasn't much of a crowd there, but a chance to go, well done, mate. Thanks for your service. I think would have been a nice thing.
My main thing was Hamza was playing. It was a cracker of a play he made. The one that injured the guy. It was all legal. He had some nice stud marks across his belly, but it was legal. But Clibo, near the end with Hamza on a red card and us trying to hold on to a lead, I kind of thought maybe it's time to at least get Ricky on, not for the sentimental value, but I just didn't want Hamza, because he's kind of reckless. I didn't want him to get another yellow, which would have put us down a man, which would have given him more of an opportunity, which they ended up taking anyway. But that's the only thing. When he was on a yellow, I thought near the end, let's get him off.
Anything else?
Yeah, I'm not. I'm past sentiment, mate. I think Ricky P is a complete liability, and I don't think he offers us anything. In fact, I think he's a passenger, and I really didn't want to lose that game. So I mean, it's potatoes, isn't it? But at the end of the day, I thought Hamza showed. I think he showed me that in League One, he's the kind of player that we're going to need. And he showed me tonight that I'm reasonably happy that he'll be part of the squad.
Chowdhury you're on about?
Yeah.
I would say yes if he'd produced games like that all season, but he hasn't.
Nobody has, Chris. Nobody has, Chris.
No,
but we've got to keep some players.
I just don't like his attitude. I think he's been troublemaker all the way along. I think he'll be going, to be honest with you. I can see Sheffield United coming back in for him. And as a captain, what he did, when we played Portsmouth was just uncalled for. I know somebody said it was a racist attack, and I'm not condoning that at all. That's disgusting. But you should be big enough to do it. Look at that guy that got sent off. What was he called in the World Cup final? Because the guy had a dig about his wife. You two wrongs don't make a right. Do you know what I mean? And you should be able to sort of ignore it and walk away, and then report it, afterwards. I can say I agree with everything you're saying about Ricardo this season, but he's been with us, 7, 8 years? He never asked for a leave. He never caused trouble. When you look at the likes of Fofana and some of these other players, when they wanted to leave, Tielemans, he never put his tools down and didn't play. And I just think to give him a send off. Would you agree with that, Jim?
Well, I mean, first of all, I wouldn't want him, if he's not capable, I wouldn't want him to come in and cost us the game. Okay, because at the time, as it was winding down, we were hanging on to 1-0 lead. So I get where Klibbo's coming from. I told you earlier, I wanted him to, if he was going to come in, I wanted him to come in to save Hamza from getting another yellow. But when Ricky first came up, he played hard. The 1 year he had that really bad injury, he was playing so well. Same thing with James Justin back then. He was playing so well when they got injured. So we happen to have some bad luck with some players early in their career with us getting injuries when they were playing well. He was a shell of himself this year. He really didn't do much as a captain, which frustrated us. But you got a good point, Chris. He was a model citizen as far as never causing any trouble. You never heard any backlash. He just was, like some of our other players, IU and some others, they're just past their prime. But if it's going to put a game on the line, I don't know.
No, I would.
I agree completely.
I probably wouldn't have said anything if he hadn't brought a Luca on. But
Luca's the future, Chris.
He is.
You can't keep living in the past.
No. He is the future, but for 2 minutes.
Listen,
for 2 minutes.
We do not owe this guy a fucking thing. He's on. Listen, I've told you, I love the guy, and I think he's done great for the club. But for the last few seasons, he's been a passenger. He's not been good enough, and we don't owe him anything. We've made this guy a multi-millionaire, and I have no room for that kind of sentiment anymore.
And you're entitled to feel like that. We'll agree to disagree on that one, shall we?
Well, yeah, fine.
Coming into the second half, though, Klibbo, that should have been a red card for Cooper on Fatawu, shouldn't it?
I missed it, mate. My stream ducked out for about 5 minutes, and that was at the time because I jumped back on your stream just to listen to you. So I did miss that. It's about the only thing I did miss.
So I wondered why you'd pop back on in the middle of the show.
Yeah.
Well, Jim, that should have been a red card for Cooper on Fatawu, shouldn't it?
Hands down red. No ifs, ands, or buts. And every time they showed it, it was clearer and clearer. I mean, studs up, connected with studs up. There was no doubt. And certainly, I think the announcer said it. Had there been VAR in the championship, it would have been an easy red card. He missed that one, missed it clearly.
Did he get a yellow?
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
And we got a free kick.
Get a yellow, but again, I just wonder, because he was caught, and he was caught high above his ankle, probably a third of the way up to the knee.
Yeah.
But when he was caught, he pirouetted, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
and when he went down like that, face down on the grass. And I was thinking, the referee's seen that. He's probably thinking, well, he overreacted there. It probably wasn't that bad. And if he hadn't done that, he may well have got the red.
I don't know. I think it was still hard enough of a hit. The ref was not, the center ref wasn't far from it. He got a good view of it. I'm just shocked he didn't. I thought I'm not shocked because I thought he let him play pretty physical most of the game. There were a lot of times where I thought both teams, with some slide tackles, with some pushes, with some pulls, that he just let him play. But that was egregious. That was one he should have called.
Yeah, indeed. Clibbo, agreeing with you now that we're looking at the way forward. 60 minutes, he made early substitutions. I mean, what's going on with this guy? I think they were the first subs, weren't they? Apart from, I think, somebody who got injured in the first half. He made the first subs. Dakova Reed off, Monger on, Mukasa off, Page on. My God, didn't they change the game?
I think particularly Page, and most games that I've seen Page play, he did the same tonight. It's very typical of him. He's so enthusiastic. He's not the finished article by a long way, and he does make poor decisions at times. But what he does do is he's so forward thinking, and sometimes I think he's a bit ahead of the players that are around him. He wants to drive forward, and this is the culture from the academy. And if you and like you say, like I've said before, I like to watch the academy games where I can, or the highlights, and that's their philosophy. They get it forward quickly, and they pass through the lines quickly, and you can see. I mean, that's quite exciting. The unfortunate thing is, in League One, you're facing hod carriers that will just kick this guy up in the air. And like I say, if we could have stayed up playing these kind of players in the Championship next season, I think they could have had a real impact. And it's just a shame that we've not seen more of them this season. I think it's a real shame, actually.
And that's what we really needed, Clibbo. These guys, especially Page, you're spot on. Page needed the time on the field because he has those instincts. I think he takes a nice corner kick. I watched the few corner kicks we had happen to come near the end when he was delivering them. I think he just really needs time on the field so he can make a mistake and learn from it. And that's what we haven't allowed our youngsters to do that because we haven't played them.
No.
Yeah, absolutely right.
I was going to say, Jim, it did sort of, it was a case of here's what you could have won moment.
Yeah.
I wrote down, and they hadn't been on the pitch long, Monger and Page linking up well together, which again you'd expect because, they played together in the youngsters, and showing good attitude. And I haven't written that about anybody all bloody season hardly, maybe one or two. And you're just thinking, I don't think if they had come on that we probably wouldn't have got the goal. But Solarchik, Jim, he actually. I mean, I wasn't sure about one thinking like why you brought him back. Bekovic isn't injured or that, but he was in, and he pretty much he had a couple where at one point he came out and then decided not to. It was a cross. and thankfully went all the way through. But generally, he was quite commanding.
I thought so too. I mean, that one play you mentioned, and I think one other time he didn't communicate well. I can't remember. I think it was Vestergaard. And we ended up kicking it out because he just didn't communicate. It's his job to come out and to say whether it's keeper or whatever he says. But otherwise, no, I thought he showed a lot of attention to what was going on. I thought he had a good game. And it's our luck because every time we want the other one in, the one comes in and plays a good game until he makes a screw up. But
indeed. But Clibbo, and I am making this not a long post-match because we're down, it's done and all whatever. But look, we had 10 shots, they had 22. Out of our 10, we had 3 on target. Out of their 22, they only had 4 on target. But there was times our goal, I've written it down here, was leading a charmed life.
Look, these statistics kind of really sometimes really skew things, don't they? Which is why I try not to pay too much attention to them. What I tried to do today was look at the game as a whole and not individual players. Just watch patterns of play. I think we were trying, but what I take from that and what I could see was happening is that we were, like when Vardy was with us, you could see we maybe have less shots, but we were able to find passes that would find the striker. And maybe that's why we're having such high shot rate, because I don't think we were looking for the striker. I think the players have lost confidence.
So we didn't have a high shot rate. We only had 10. It was them that had 22.
Well, I think, I'd say 10 shots is all right, providing that your percentage is high in terms of on target.
Yeah, certainly with our 3 on target out of 10 and their 4 on target out of 22, that ours looks the better. But at some point, we were doing some last-minute tackling. I'm going to stick with Clibbo with this one because I want to talk about the defence, because something I said right at the start of the show when we did the preview. What did I say about who might score today?
Well, I've said it all along, Chris. So you can't bash me up.
Not bashing you up. I'm just saying, and I have been saying it like you. I have been saying it all along. I love Suter, and I said at the start, what the hell? Yes, he's been unlucky with injuries, but why the hell didn't Brendan play him when he bought him? He was the best defender in the Championship at the time. But I said he can score the odd goal for Australia when he goes up. And God,
absolutely. And I'll tell you something else. When I took a glance of him when the goal went in, there was a sort of a frame where you've seen him. He was the most pissed off out of anyone because he gave everything today. And I believe that if he'd have been fit all season, we probably would have been in a much healthier position, much healthier, because he would have contributed, got a few goals here and there. Absolutely. Our set pieces would have been more effective. He's a big bloke. I mean, I've got a picture of me stood next to him and Daka. And I mean, I'm not tall. I'm 5'8", but he made me look like a freaking Ewok.
Short ass, yeah.
Yeah. So and he can jump, unlike Vestergaard.
Yeah, exactly. And he's been doing it for, when we weren't playing him and he was being picked by Australia, he was getting many goals. I mean, I felt like, Jim, just remember, where did we play this game?
Where?
At
the King Power.
Oh, King Power. For a minute, when we got the goal, I thought, hang on, we must be playing this in Sydney in Australia or Perth in Australia, because we got a defender who had a brilliant ball in, and then a defender who got the end of it and scored. Maybe we should try playing the strikers. Maybe Daka would be absolutely fucking brilliant as a defender.
Well, at halftime, to follow up what you and Clipper were saying, at halftime, you mentioned about how he was playing well in the first half, and you said, wouldn't it be nice if he could be down near the goal like he does for Australia? And I said, wouldn't it be nice if we got a darn corner kick occasionally? And I'll be darned if the second half, we got the set piece, we got the ball and came right in, and he did what he knew what to do with. I mean, it was so nice to see him get up in the air, tower down, fall on the keeper. If you notice, when you see the slow motion, he headed that thing right in the family jewels of the keeper and just doubled him over, and then just stood down and celebrated. No, it was a joy. I'm so glad. I mean, it brought back the old Wes Morgan and Robert Huth days with two big guys lumbering in the back that can actually play around the goal.
It was really nice. And just to go, I think advise it, he's 6'7", and Vestergaard's 6'6". So I mean, that's such a nice luxury to have.
Ask your ex-wife.
Oh, I definitely wouldn't be asking her anything, but that's another story. Yeah, so I mean, they're units, and I'll be honest with you. I've said all season, and I said at the start of the season, we really lack height in this. I mean, like, I'm not just saying that because I think that's something I've observed and I'm special. I think everyone could see that we were lacking height, and he's definitely a physical presence. And I think that's one of the reasons he played him tonight, because, Millwall are notorious for being very physical. And do you know what? He commanded it like a boss. I really hope he's a starter next season alongside Kevon Gray. I'd love to see that partnership next season.
I was very surprised at how easily the Millwall players were going down, to say that you think they're a very physical side. And I was looking, I think it was Cooper, their captain, I think he was, stood next to Harry Page defending a corner. And like Harry Page came up to his shoulders, and I said, I think they got the wrong player marking Cooper there, because he was like
Harry Page.
You mean
Louis Page?
Louis Page.
Sorry, Louis Page. Yeah, but I got excited. We were ahead 1-0. It doesn't happen very often. That's why I played the old thing. Fatabu came off for Mavididi. Skit came off for James. 94 minutes, Jim. 94 minutes. Sorry. When did the? Oh my God! I didn't even write it down.
Well, what's your question? I'll help.
90 minutes. Langstaff scored. I did say just before that I could only see one team getting this.
You did. Damn you! You did. Damn you, Chris.
No, they literally were.
Yeah, the build-up was there.
I felt we were leading a charmed life.
No, the build-up was there. You can unfortunately see it coming. It's kind of like we were going, hold on, boys, hold on. And, at least this time, it wasn't an egregious mistake. It wasn't like last week when Begovic handed the ball over, or we left the guy completely unmarked. It was a decent play. Maybe Yannick was a little bit slow getting to it, but, like you said, it was coming. Unfortunately, it was coming. But
it was unfortunately coming, like you say. I'll sit with you, Jim, because I asked last night. I think it was last night, wasn't it, Clibo? No, Tuesday. I can't remember what night. My head's all over the place. Whenever I spoke to you, we did a show. I said to Clibo, would we be in this position if we got a couple of strikers that could actually find the back of the net? Because, yes, we've been conceding at one end, but B, we haven't been scoring at the other. And you look how many chances Daka has missed. Look, he's a lovely guy. lovely smile. He's very friendly, I'm sure, but he's just absolutely shit. If we'd had I'm going to include Ayew in that as well, obviously.
Yeah, no.
If we'd had a couple of decent strikers, I think we'd be staying up.
I heard you guys talking about that during the show, and you're 100% correct. No ifs, ands, or buts. I mean, not only did they miss shots, I mean, Klibbo said earlier something, we weren't getting the ball to our striker today. I didn't even know we had a striker on the pitch.
No.
I mean, Daka, like him or not, nice or not, he's worthless up there. He doesn't really – Varge used to put pressure on keepers and just drive them crazy. He does that couple times a game. He doesn't add anything. And when you talk about height, it would be nice to get a couple decent size strikers that can move, that could put some fear or some physicality into the defenders that we play against. You know, in hindsight now, Mikel Antonio would have been nice if we could have got him just banged up goods. But no, you guys are 100% correct. If we had some decent strikers, and if we ever would have played two side by side, who knows what would have happened?
I was going to come on to that. We mentioned that, Clibbo, is that we've gone out and we play one up front. Well, if you're going to play one up front, buy a fucking striker that you used to playing on his own up front. Don't go and buy a striker who was used to playing two up front with Erland Haaland, for fuck's sake.
Yep. You're absolutely right.
Completely. And that's, for me, it's rookie mistakes. You can understand mistakes because all clubs make them, but making rookie mistakes time after time after time, it's unforgivable, and it's going to take me some time to forgive. Most definitely.
Yeah. Two things I'm going to end with, and then we'll get on to the marks and everything. And I don't want to tread on your toes here, Jim, because I know you'll be doing your three things. But I want to throw a thing into one of the things I noticed about today that we learnt by today. Never wear a fucking football strip that is that colour. When they started playing, I thought, fucking hell, we're playing nudist 11 here. I mean, what the?
Oh, you mean Millwall?
Yeah,
I agree.
I mean, there was a program in England about Harry Redknapp taking some ex-players over to play Germany. Do you remember that, Clibbo?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
One of the friendly games they played leading up to the final was a nudist 11 because some of the England players refused to play in it, quite rightly. What the fuck was that? That has got to be the most powerful trip I've ever seen. And we've had some bad ones, you know. I mean, a lot of people didn't like this one, but
we've had a strip that colour, similar to that colour.
We had the ice. We had
it was horrible.
One.
It was horrible.
Which was and it was so baggy as well. It was like I'm putting a dress on. Not that I've ever put a dress on, you understand.
We had a grey one. We had a grey one with kind of a yellow that ran through it.
I like that one.
I do too. That's one of my favorites. I like that one.
Yeah. Next time you come over, if you come down to Poole, I'll show you my wardrobe.
Oh dear.
Hold on. Nope.
My wardrobe, not my underwear drawer.
Oh, okay. Good enough.
That's all my Leicester shirts are.
Gotcha.
I'm going to end with this before I say we get onto the ratings and what have you. Again, one reason why we haven't done very well this season is because of the strikers. The second point, and this was brought up by the commentator, and wasn't it nice to have decent commentators on Sky rather than those bloody ones we had when we played Hull? 30 points we've dropped this season from being in a winning position.
Dreadful.
Add those 30, that would give us 73 points.
Yeah, playoffs.
Yeah, exactly. And not only that, I know it was high, but not only that, it is the highest in any of the top four divisions.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, we're good at breaking records.
Yeah.
We seem to have a
We
habit
sure
of doing
are.
that. For me, I mean, I don't know what stream you watched, but the stream I watched, they kept, particularly the first half, they kept going in on top and dipshit, and I just kept looking at them, thinking, how can you sit there? How can you sit there with that expression on your face when you're the guys that keep making these? These are experienced. One's a really multi-billionaire, experienced businessman, and one's supposed to be an experienced football man. And you're sitting there like you're kind of Lord and Lady Muck, and it just annoyed me because I just think to myself, how can two people with that amount of experience keep making these rookie mistakes?
You know what got me when I was watching them? You're quite right, the kids zooming in. At least show some fucking emotion.
Well, this is what I'm saying. There's nothing.
No.
Nothing.
No. Nothing whatsoever.
As my dad would say, they had faces like a pair of smacked arses.
Oh God, I wonder where that was going then. But it's true, isn't it, Jim?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't even see them picking their noses, picking their asses. We didn't even see them do anything. They look like statues. And, you know, I get the whole deal. In sports, you'll see, especially teams that are struggling or it's teams that are on the verge of something good, they will show ownership. But these guys didn't even show anything. No. And it, you know, yeah, it was. I know that Top is in a very tough situation, but you know he's partly responsible, and he said it the other day in one of those interviews. But no, nothing at all. I mean, no movement at all. It's just embarrassing in a way.
Yeah, it is. You're right. That is the word, Jim. It's embarrassing. You know, there's people, like I've said, I'm a bit of an armchair fan these days, you know, for whatever reason. And
nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all.
No, it's just I can't get down there, you know, with work and, you know.
We all have reasons we can't get down, and it annoys me when you've got these fans that go, "Oh, you're a plastic fan." No, you're not.
No, listen, I've paid my dues time after time.
Exactly.
In the words
I
of
thought
Queen.
you burst into me.
Yes, we are the champions. We are the champions. No, but I do sit here and it just saddens me to see how it's all, you know. And I've seen debates, and I've seen you debating. You know, if we could, would you swap to stay in the league and just be mid-table? Would you take away the league title? No, of course not. Of course not. But that doesn't excuse the absolute debacle that has happened in all, you know, to end up in the third tier. Now, I've heard people say that if things continue, we'll end up in the second, the fourth, the League Two, whatever. I don't believe that will happen, because I think if that happens, I think that would be the greatest mismanagement of all time if that happens. So I don't believe that's going to happen. But to be languishing in that league for more than a season, I think is an absolute fucking disgrace. So I would hope that the Top has got his brains in gear, and he's sitting like a silent assassin next to Rudkin, and come the last game of the season, he say, "Rudkin, I love you, mate, but you're going to have to go because the fans are never going to get behind me." You look at that game tonight. There was more empty seats than play than you know. And if that's what he wants to do, well, you continue to employ that idiot.
Yeah, and I think again you've got to think as well. We've had 3 games in quite quick succession, and it's not cheap these days, is it? But
no,
I want to say a big thank you. We had a Coventry fan in earlier. and a Man United fan in earlier, both wishing us well. And I'm going to say congratulations to Coventry City. 25 years you've been out of the Premier League. Rivals or not, you've had a shitty 25 years. And well done to Frank Lampard for giving a bit of stick out there, giving a bit of support, and thank you to Mark Robbins. But yeah, you deserve to go back up there with the 25 years you've had. No stadium and no home. It's embarrassing. And I am going to say tonight, a little bit tongue in cheek, but well done to Nottingham Forest, putting 5 past Sunderland. The reason I'm happy with that, not because Luke was in earlier, the true red Nottingham Forest fan, but of course it puts Tottenham in more trouble. So Tottenham 8 points behind Nottingham Forest, although they've still got a few games to play, you know.
They do.
I still think they're getting out of it, me. I think West Ham are the ones going down.
Yeah.
I think if Tottenham go down, they'll come back. I'm not sure about West Ham.
Well, their wage bill will be astronomical, and so they're going to have to make massive cuts. So listen, look at what's happened to Leicester City, and what I said earlier about the analogy that I used, pool and snooker. All of those players that play for Tottenham are all Premier League type players. They are not going to like it up them in the Championship, and they haven't got the. I don't think they've got the levels that's needed in the Championship.
A bit of Dad's army there. They don't like it up them, Corporal Jones. Right, let's move on, and then we'll wind this up. Before we get on to the man of the match and all that, do you want to do your 3 things, Jim?
Yeah, I really have reduced ones today. I'm going to save them for the last match next week. But a couple of things real quick. I think we're all really pleased and happy for Harry Suter. He deserved what he put out in the play today. From what he's been through, that was nice to see. It was happy to see some of the youth players out there, the younger players. And, you know, I'm not going to bash why haven't we seen them yet. That's all in the past. I was just happy to see him today. And in one comment, I will say that I saw on in the chat, it just made me laugh. I think we were talking about or you mentioned on the watch along how bad Daka was, and he couldn't hit anything. One of the chats, I wrote it down. Somebody wrote, "Once a Daka shot crushed my front window." That tells you how bad he missed the whole net right out of the stadium.
That was Nate from Arizona.
That was
it wasn't even in the UK.
That was funny. But no, we'll get some good ones next week. Hey, we had some excitement today. We saw some nice play that we wish we would have seen a lot more of. But let's just go with that and then have one more chance next week.
Yeah. Right. Let's start with the ham sandwich. It's very, very easy for me. 2 weeks running. Fucking hell. He was on for 94 minutes, I think it was, wasn't it, guys? And he had, I shall tell you here, he was on for 89 minutes, sorry. He had 1 shot in 89 minutes. What the fuck is having a striker on if you're not going to make shots? I'd sooner you had 20 shots and none on target than have 1 on target. Do you know what I mean?
I do think that we're playing a style of football now that's anti-striker. So I do think it looks worse. I'm not making excuses for him now because I have done all season to a degree, and I like the guy. I've met the guy; he's lovely. But we have played anti-striker football for large parts of this season now. I'm not sure whether I agree with you at this point. I'm going to leave this one to Jim first and let me have a think.
You have a think. Go on then, Jim.
Clibbo, if you don't know by now, I hate agreeing with Chris. So that makes it real easy. The only problem is, whether he's a nice guy or not, I do not like him on the pitch. So I will go with Daka, only because he brought nothing to us. He might be a great guy, I'm sure he is, but he brought nothing to us. Another game that way.
He's gone next season, thank God. Or could you imagine waking up one morning and you go onto the Leicester Till I Die Facebook group and I've got them going, Daka signed an extension. Fuck off. You know?
Oh, you never know in League One.
No, he couldn't do it in fucking conference, mate. Go on then, Clibbo. What's your...
Well, I've just gone through the team in my head, and as much as I hate to agree with you, Chris,
why everybody hate agreeing with me? What have I done to anybody?
Well, it's just not. It's not good. It's not good entertainment if we agree with you, is it?
No, that's true. That's true. I mean, I've got to say, if it wasn't for Daka, I would have struggled to find one today because they were all pretty much played okay.
Nobody stood out.
I thought Skip was pretty good today. He was quite very, very forward thinking today, and he made some nice pressing runs and some, nice bits of football.
Yeah.
Jay, thank you very much. Saints fan, best wishes for the future. Leicester fans, thank you very much, sir. If only we'd done what you did and got a decent manager when you sacked the awful one that you had. But well done. Okay. Team performance. I ummed and ahed about this. I'm actually gone for a 6 today. I thought we did all right. And you can only play what's out there. I don't know whether Millwall, allowed us because they weren't on the top of their game. But I'm sorry, I expect more than 10 shots. I expect more than 3 on target at this level. And when you look at that performance, we were passing balls around and we were doing some nice threes, but it only got exciting when the youngsters came on. So I've gone for a 6. Jim, what are you going for?
Well, thank goodness. The positive here is I'm not agreeing with you. I gave him a 7, and here's the reason why. Number one, you said it time and time. You said it time and time again through the watch along. It's 23 playing 2. Okay, whether they came out on fire against us or not, I thought that we played up to them. I thought we had some bright moments. Loved to see the kids in there. Like Clibbo said, it was tough to look and see if there was any real standout, dogs of the week or ham sandwiches of the week. So I think had they not given up the goal, certainly it would have been higher because we would have got a victory out of it and we'd have been, in a much higher mode. But I gave him a 7, and I felt comfortable with that.
That's fine. I mean, I always say, and when we do the ratings, a 3 equals a 4, a 4 equals a 5, 5 equals a 6. Not a lot of difference. So you're nearly agreeing with me. Clibbo, what would you give them?
Well, I mean, given what you just said, I mean, I'm going to look like the pantomime villain, but I expect and have expected, even right up until today, better from these players. And I thought it was an average performance. It was better than it has been, but we've been rating these games at 3-4. So I would have gone for 5.5, but I'm not. So I'm going to go 5. It was average.
You couldn't have gone 5.5 anyway. So
that's what I'm saying. I would have if we could have had halves.
Yeah.
But I can't grade it up to a 6 because it just wasn't. It was average.
Yeah. I don't feel like a ham sandwich. I feel like a Clibbo and Jim sandwich. I've got 5, 7, and I'm in the middle with 6.
You could have you could have worse nights, Chris.
I don't know. I don't want to wake up with a drumstick stuck in you.
Jim does not look impressed.
No, after 2 years of doing this with him, I just let it go. You don't know what's going on.
This man of the match now, this was for me not a difficult decision. The only difficulty was that I had narrowed it down to 2. And then one of those assisted a goal and one of them scored a goal. But this guy made all the difference to me in the team. Anybody who's followed me over the years will know that I love this guy as a defender. I think what the fuck Brendan Rodgers was doing, I don't know. I think he made our defence look a lot better. And for the fact that he just proved me right by going up and scoring a goal, which is what I'd said, I've got to give it to this guy, and that's Harry Suter. Jim, you're going to agree with me. I know you are.
I feel like a Vegemite sandwich, if that tells you anything. You know what a Vegemite sandwich is, DJ?
Indeed. I love it. I prefer Vegemite to Marmite.
I think it's definitely the man from down under, without a doubt, and good for him.
God, this is all getting very sexual, isn't it?
Yes, I have spelled his name wrong. Talking about how sexual are you going to be then, Clibbo? Are we having a threesome again?
Oh,
absolutely
geez.
not. Absolutely not. No. After the first half, I thought it was quite even between a couple, about 3 players. I was loving what Hamza was doing, although, you know, there was the odd danger moment. I thought Thomas played really well and played with a lot of determination, tried to make things happen. He was overlapping really, really well, and he put some nice crosses in. But I have to say, anyone that says Suter wasn't man of the match probably was watching a different game.
Yeah. Right. Well, look, we all agree. We all agree on that. And I have to say, Jim, I've got friends in Australia, as you know, and I went to.
Yeah, you just came from there. Yeah.
And, she's, bless her, she's a lovely, lovely lady, Jane, and her husband is as well. And she said, right, what's your cereal? What cereal do you like for breakfast? I went, Frosted, it's my favourite, blah, blah, blah. She said, yeah, I'll go and get you, or whatever they have in Australia, their equivalent. Never had Frosties one day. I was there 3 weeks, and every morning I had Vegemite on toast. I absolutely love it. Not so keen on more. In fact, I have a jar in my cupboard as we speak because I've got a couple of jars to bring back with me.
So what band? What band sang that song?
Men Down. Men at Work.
Very nice. Good job, Clibbo. You beat the DJ. Just going to tell you.
Oh, I was slow.
I am a musician. I am a musician. I don't like losing on music things. Yeah, that aggravates me. I'm very competitive.
I know you don't listen, but I'm going to set you a question tomorrow then, Clibbo, on the show and just see if you can get it.
If it's music, I'll get it.
Well, we'll see.
I've
got some pretty difficult ones there, but you don't have to be in Dorset to listen to it, but there we go. Jim has put his hat on. He must be having a leak in his roof.
No, but what I do want to tell you, for those who follow NFL football, which I know you do not, tonight is the second night of the draft, and that's where the NFL teams will draft college players. And the Jags have a couple picks tonight, like 4 picks, so we'll see how they do.
What the hell is drafts? I mean, to me, drafts is like a little game where you jump over each other and.
All right, it's called a draft. You pick players, but anyway, we'll school you on that when you come see him in London.
Okay. Look, Clibbo, thank you very much, sir. Jim,
no
thank
problem.
you as well as
Clibbo, always good, buddy.
And,
nice one, Jim. Nice one.
We'll be back on Sunday night, if not before. I'm trying to fit another one in, but Sunday night we'll be back talking about Top Talking and giving him credit for at least coming over and speaking. Thanks to Gray and the mods in the chat. Really do appreciate it. And don't forget, like the video, subscribe, share it with your friends if they're not subscribed, but make sure you're subscribed as well. And if you're listening via your favourite podcast, via your mobile phone, Hype. That's easy to do. All that, and believe it or not, all that is free. I'll see you Sunday at 8, if not before. Guys, have a good weekend. Maybe it's a little bit, maybe too little too late, but it was good to see at least half decent performance, wasn't it? Good night, guys.
Yes.
Thanks for watching. These videos are tremendous. You'd better like them too, or I'll be back.
This podcast is proud to be part of the TalkSport Fan Network. TalkSport. Powered by fans.
That will conclude this evening's entertainment.